We are gathered today to celebrate the dedication of this incredible monument at the Beaumont ISD Memorial Stadium. We begin tonight's ceremony with the occasion delivered by BISD Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Shannon Allen.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule for this momentous occasion, a day that celebrates the heart and soul of our community. This project has been... But this dedication is not just about the past. It is a celebration of our unity in our community, where every high school stands as a testament to our unwavering commitment to education, especially the education of our students today. They represent a commitment to empower our youth, foster diversity, and encouraging dreams. Each of these schools and our current schools embody the spirit of unity that binds us as a community, where we will continue to ensure a bright future for nearly 17,000 students in our district. We dedicate this monument to the memory of those who have enriched our community through their exceptional contributions to the Beaumont Independent School District. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce and pass the microphone to our President, Trustee Tilly Hickman, for a few words.
As President of the Board of Trustees, it is my distinct honor and privilege to offer a few words on this momentous occasion. As a longtime resident of Beaumont, you saw me trying to stand up because I taught at South Park, I taught at Hebert, I taught at Central, and ended my career in a middle school, but I have a long history with the high schools as well. I believe this is more than a monument to histories of long ago. Rather, it is a monument to the schools that have shaped so many of our children and have brought them back to our community, and it's what we want to continue to do. It is my hope that this monument serves as a celebration of the long heritage of which we Beaumonters should be incredibly proud. These are not just campuses, but foundations and pillars that we have continued to build on in BISD. Without these, where would we be today? We know that time waits for no man, and history is made each and every day. While we may not know what the future holds, let us remember always to look back with fond memories of the ones who came before us, to be proud of them and to make them proud of us.
We now ask that Dr. Allen, board trustees, and our student representatives proceed to the monument for the ribbon cutting and unveiling.
3, 2, 1.
This monument will serve as a lasting reminder of the legacies we honor today. As we conclude this unveiling, let us reflect on the power of remembrance, unity, and the positive impact of all who have kept BISD standing to this day. May their memory inspire us to continue working toward a brighter future. Please take time to view our beautiful monument before leaving the stadium tonight. We thank you for joining us here at the BISD Alumni Bowl game and being a part of this joyful evening. And now please draw your attention to the field for a joint pregame performance by all BISD campuses.
Cheer these young athletes, applaud them, but do not through any of your actions cause them to doubt the value of athletics. By your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and school. While your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in the outcome of the game, it'll play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. We also ask that you show your appreciation for the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game, the cheerleaders, the bands, the drill team, and the students who have supported their teams at home and away. These young people play an integral part in their team's success. The officials for tonight's game have been mutually agreed upon by school officials for both schools. Their role is not unlike any of the players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game. We ask you, as students, parents, and citizens, to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. That means that you as a fan should not criticize the players on either team, should not boo the officials, should not have alcoholic beverages on public school grounds since it's a violation of state law, should be courteous to the visiting fans, should cheer for your team, and should show respect for injured players on both teams. Thank you for your attendance. Get ready to enjoy the special performances of the talented students from these two fine schools. Also, fans, a reminder that air horns are not permitted at UIL events, and students are not allowed to loiter under the stands. Students will be required to be seated, with the exception of being at the concessions area or in the restroom, and all students need to be picked up no later than 20 minutes after the conclusion of the game. And now coming to the middle of the field with a gesture of good sportsmanship is the Good Sportsmanship League from each school. Each school's GSL represents different organizations on their campus. Representing Beaumont United High School, Golden Girls Drill Team Captain Shelby Johnson, Soul of the South band member Yuli Villanueva, Dynamic Steps Majorette Lakeisha Lewis, Student Body President Joshua Mendoza, Taylor and Tyler the Timberwolves, Varsity Cheerleader Bailey Tyler, and Student Athletic Trainer Faith Sarkoti. Representing Westbrook High School from the Stars, Mia Brohome and Bella Barrett. The Bruin Bear is Malika Broussard. Cheerleaders Jillian Keithley and Macy Richardson. And from Sound Power, Aiden Collins and Lacey Johnson. And now introducing the 2023 Beaumont United Varsity Cheerleaders. They're under the direction of Varsity Cheer Coach Anthony Moore, JV Cheer Coach Delisha Nolan, and Freshman Cheer Coach Tish Mendez. First up, Junior UCA All-American Jordan Moore. Junior Sanaya Biggers. Junior Social Officer UCA All-American Bailey Tyler. Senior Mackenzie Hill. Senior Jemiah Chapman. Senior UCA All-American Kadeja Carrier. Junior UCA All-American Javon Antoine. Senior UCA All-American Captain Janiah Scott. A senior UCA All-American Grace Wilson. Junior UCA All-American Co-Captain Jasmine Sostan. Senior Ashante Thibodeau. Senior Elise Broussard. Senior Manager Angel Greer. And Sophomore Manager Madison Heyman. And now introducing the 2023-24 Westbrook cheerleaders. Also on the field are members of the Westbrook Sparkle team. The purpose of this inclusive cheer squad is to bring together students with and without disabilities to cheer together under the Friday night lights. The Westbrook Sparkle team showcases a loud and public symbol of acceptance, forever changing a school culture to one that values diversity and kindness. The students on the Sparkle team visibly relay a simple message: at our school, all students are respected, accepted, and included regardless of ability. First up, for Westbrook Junior, Peyton Price. And Sparkle cheerleader, Jesus Valdez. Next is Junior Ella Bennett. And her Sparkle cheerleader is Malia Matthews. Junior UCA All-American and Social Committee member Abby Dronette. Junior Serenity Odom. Junior Sparkle co-captain Brianna McLaughlin. And her Sparkle cheerleader is Isabella Forson. Senior Social Committee member, two-time varsity UCA All-American and Sparkle captain Victoria Malbrough. And Victoria's parents, Gardenia and Joseph Malbrough, are with Victoria on the field this evening, senior night. Senior captain and varsity UCA All-American, Macy Richardson. Macy's mom, Christy Richardson, is with her this evening. Next, we honor senior UCA All-American, Merritt Malley. Merritt's parents, Wendy and Anthony Malley III, are with her on the field this evening. Next up, senior UCA All-American, Brooklyn Herring. Brooklyn's parents, Angela Rainey and Ashford Herring, are on the field with her this evening. Next is senior Social Committee member Ryan Atwood. Ryan's mom and dad, Nicole Barley and Roderick Atwood, are with her this evening. Next, senior varsity UCA All-American Social Committee member Cameron Cooper. And Cameron's parents, Samika and Keewine Cooper, are with her this evening. And also with Cameron is her Sparkle cheerleader, Hannah Denson. Next is senior captain and two-time varsity UCA All-American, Jillian Keithley. Lisa and Jeff Keithley, Jillian's parents, are with her on the field. Next is senior UCA All-American and Social Committee member Paige Robinson. Charlotte and Anthony Robinson, Paige's parents, are with her this evening. And now introducing junior UCA All-American Lily Hamilton. Next is junior Presley Tyner. Junior Ella Hansen. Junior Peyton Dombrowski. And junior Peyton Schnitz. The Westbrook cheerleaders are coached by Tiffany Woodall and Lindsay Knighton. We'd also like to recognize our senior Bruin Bears at this time. Malika Broussard, Xavier Rideau, and Kylie Wingate. And also standing on the sideline is senior Kyla Garrison. She's part of the BISD TV program. Thank you for a wonderful season, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise as the Soul of the South Marching Band plays the Beaumont United School Song. And now Sound Power will play the Westbrook School Song.
This is live again. We're going to have a student commentator today.
Oh, nice. Okay, hi. How are you? Good to see you again. All right, nice.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
The video was nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good job.
This might make them like you, man. Okay, great.
Yes, come in. No, come back up. I got a video. Tell your mom. Tell your tell them you were big.
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Beaumont United Timberwolves. And now, here come the Westbrook Bruins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise and remove your hats for the presentation of the colors. We'd like to also recognize our two senior NJROTC Westbrook members in the color guard this evening, Praise Olawale and Mia Fuste. The Star Spangled Banner tonight will be performed by the Westbrook Sound Power Band.
And all right, folks, here we are back at Memorial Stadium here in Beaumont, Texas for another Friday night game of football. Tonight, we have the Westbrook Bruins taking on their crosstown rival, the Beaumont United Timberwolves. As of right now, in the standings, we look at Beaumont United and Westbrook tied in district, both 0-5. And tonight, somebody is going to move up in district.
The officiating crew for tonight's game, the referee is Chris Jackson. The umpire is David Wilson. Head linesman Nelson Dunbar. Line judge is Jason Caesar. Back judge is John Trammell. Field judge is Justin Taylor, and the side judge, Jimmy King. Captains for United, number 11, Gilbert Anderson, number 0, Christian Gladney, number 70 is Trevante Davis, and 75, Weston Davis. For Westbrook, 21 is Marshawn Richardson, number 7, Jalen Jones, number 75, Laundry Vise, and number 70 is Winston Worley.
All right, we see you there in the middle of the field getting ready for the coin toss. We know that this is a big game for both schools because, it's nothing like playing your crosstown rival. The one thing you want is you definitely want bragging rights within the city. We see that Westbrook won the toss and deferred. Beaumont United will receive the ball in this first half to start the game off. I know a lot of people have really, really been looking forward to this game. The kids are really looking forward to this game. It is senior night for Westbrook here in Beaumont, Texas at Memorial Stadium. And, of course, tonight is the Alumni Bowl. If you are an alumnus of any Beaumont Independent School District school, tonight we are honoring you. And, as he just said, it is a full moon tonight. So, does that mean the Timberwolves are going to howl? Or does that mean the Bruins are going to growl? Let's see what happens tonight on the field as they get ready to kick the ball off for this Westbrook Bruins versus Beaumont United Timberwolves. And the kick is up. High kick. Caught at the 8-yard line. Has some room. Good blocking, but stop at the 23-yard line. Game of about 15 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves to start the game on their own 23-yard line. We know both coaches have really, really been preparing their teams to, especially for this game, and the kids are really, really hyped. Westbrook, there was a pep rally today, and, man, I believe it was probably one of the best pep rallies. The kids really, really enjoyed the opportunity to just get their team hyped up for tonight's football game. Here we go. We see Beaumont United in all white, and we see Westbrook in all blue. 1st and 10 for Beaumont United. Toss. He gets around that corner, has some room to run, and is brought down.
Number 4, Timothy Morris, the ball carrier.
And brought down at the Westbrook 44-yard line. 21-yard pickup on the carry there for the Timberwolves, and that'll bring up a Timberwolf first down. And I am joined here in the booth by, of course, none other than Christian Cox. What's up, Chris?
What's up, Coach Johnson? What's up? We doing good today.
Hey, man. How was the day at school today? I know what it was like at Westbrook. What was it like at Beaumont United?
Everybody was excited. Everybody was doing their score predictions.
Oh, score predictions. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they, as he breaks left, tries to cut back and slips, is brought down.
I pick up about 2 yards on the play right there. Looked like he just kind of lost his footing when he tried to make the cut back to the inside. And that stopped his momentum there. Pick up of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. So, like I said, what did it feel like, today? Where is everybody hyped up, or was it just like a typical Friday?
No, everybody was, hyped up. This is honestly the most important, fun game of the season. Everybody's always hyped up for these games. A big rivalry here as he gets, as the play gets blown up behind the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, Darian Anderson had nowhere to go right there. As soon as he received the ball, he was met right there. And it was the person who actually made the tackle was number 40, Andrew Nightrider, first person there. And guess what? He is also the kicker.
The kicker with a massive tackle there. I mean, you don't see that from kickers any days.
Definitely not. Usually you try to protect the kickers, but the kicker for Westbrook is also the middle linebacker. Maybe that's why he has such a strong leg. And here we go. 3rd down and 9 for the United Timberwolves. We see Gilbert Anderson going over the top. He has a receiver. And, of course, who is it? Ashton. Caught and touchdown. 45-yard touchdown, and I don't see any flags on the play. You know, right there, Chris, it looked like that he had all the time in the world to find his receiver.
He absolutely did, and then Ashton, made the play. He caught the ball, and, he got to the end zone, and they tried to strip him at the end of that, and he held on to the ball and made sure to get into that end zone.
Yeah, most definitely. The first thing was, I know the coaches always tell the safeties, whatever, don't let anything get behind you, but we see Ashton was probably about 7 yards behind the defender on that as the kick goes up, and the kick is good. We have Beaumont United 7, Westbrook Bruins 0 with 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. That took 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Hey, Marco, I did. First of all, hey guys,
what's going on?
How you guys
Mr.
doing?
Lamb? We got Josh joining us today. We get the trifecta.
Second of all, Marco, I did something special for today's game. The comments are turned on, so if you want to pull it up on yours, so you can check. Tell the guys go ahead and give us a comment. Let's make this alumni bowl a little bit more, a little bit more involved. So if you guys want to leave us a comment, the comments are turned on. Go ahead and leave us a comment. Tell us where you're watching from. We love to hear, especially last year, Marco, I don't know if you remember, but I love to hear when people say, "Oh, I'm in Germany, stationed in Germany. I'm glad I can watch." If you're one of them people who may not be in Beaumont, and you're watching the game, let us know where you're from. Let us know who you're rooting for. As of right now, 9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Beaumont United is up 7-0.
Man, that is amazing. That is great for this game tonight to be able to see the comments. And, yeah, I've really missed those. I really missed those comments because it was really, really great to see who was watching. So now that we know the comments are actually on, hey, come in and let us know what you're thinking. Give us a shout out, and then also make sure that let us know where you're calling, where you're watching from. Because, man, that's a great opportunity for us to see who is actually on the line with us. I will be here reading the comments. So remember, this is high school. Let's keep it clean, folks.
Hey, that's rule number 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is high school. These are teenagers. Let's keep. Please don't make me do my whole spiel again, Marco. I don't got 2 minutes to waste, guys. This is high school. These are teenagers. Let's have a great game. We got Tam at quarterback. What a pass! Oh, it's a little too hard. He's a freshman.
Much, but you can see they're gonna go over the top with it. They don't have a problem with
Hey,
trying to go for it there.
Got a question for you, Christian. Did y'all have a pet rally today?
I actually think we did. Now, I was not there.
Oh, you was at the Career Center?
I was at the Career Center.
Okay.
But everybody was talking about this big old pep rally, getting hype, having everybody out there as they always try to do. And, yeah, hopefully, some of that carries over to both teams.
Man, Marco, we got one. He says he's in San Francisco rooting for both teams. I like that comment.
Hey, from California. What is the weather like out there in California? Just curious.
Speaking of weather, Marco, I literally flew back this morning from Denver. Talk about a beautiful city, Chris. Like, that's a beautiful city. The mountains, everything, man. It's a beautiful city. Like, hey, if you guys want to go travel somewhere, Denver, I do recommend it. I went at the right time, Marco, because it was no snow. I don't think I did well. I don't have a jacket big enough to handle a real winter.
I don't think any of it.
Well, I tell you what, man, down here we don't get that kind of weather, so that kind of snow is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
As we see the quarterback scrambling around, made a couple of good cuts, but still was nowhere else to go.
Yeah, Marco, I'm gonna go to a couple comments. We got BISD trustee Stacy Lewis says he's rooting for United to break the streak.
Hey,
now, and that's coming from a Westbrook alum. And and then we got he says it's a mild 58 in California right now.
Okay, that's pretty nice. As we see, Andrew Knight Rider, the middle linebacker with that strong leg, kicking off, punting it off, and after a pick of about 8 yards, Beaumont United will take over on their own 39-yard line.
Westbrook tackle number 17, Samarian
Looking at the crowd, it seems like a lot more fans are here. I mean, of course, you have both schools here. It's good to see, and we got the comments on too. We had to let the live listeners, live watchers get their interaction too. And thank everybody that comes out to the games and watches, and even if you're on the live stream, thank you for coming and watching too.
Hey,
no kidding. Hey, we got Troy Y in here saying,
hey, wait, that's what I was going to say. Wait a second. when you say that name, you got to put a little bit more respect on it.
Really?
Because I'm going to take it that Y stands for Yeoman. Troy Yeoman was a quarterback here at Westbrook maybe 4 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And when I tell you that boy can throw that ball, man. Troy, man, what you been up to, man? I'm guessing that's you. And say Troy Y. I'm guessing that's Troy Yeoman, man. He matter of fact, he was the quarterback the year after they went to state. And mind you, he had some receivers. He had a excellent line with Jay Doucette and all those boys. But, man, he used to just stand in the pocket for 30 seconds and just deliver a dot. Vouch for me, Troy. If that's you, let me know. But that's the only Troy Y I know. He said, let's go Brook. So I'm guessing that's who it is, Marco.
More than likely. Here we go. We see it's after the penalty on Beaumont United. False start, first down and 15. Design run for Gilbert Anderson, quarterback, as he comes around the line.
Hey, he does that so well, Marco. He's so shifty.
Oh, man, very much so. The one thing about it is, it's tough to have to actually watch the quarterback coming out the backfield when he has speed like that. But with the feet that he's had all season long, he's been using his feet a lot. And, it's proven very, very advantageous for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. What? Tell me something. Just curious. You go to school with him, Christian. What kind of person is Gilbert?
I don't think I've actually ever spoken to Gilbert, but from what I see on the field, and some of the students in the football program, he seems like a good leader. I mean, as that play gets blown up behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh wow, yeah, he was met with by number 51 of the Westbrook Bruins. He had nowhere to go.
What is going on? Something's going on with the live stream. Let me check it and see, guys. I'll be right back.
And here we go. We have, is it an injury on the field? Or is it a timeout? I'm not exactly sure what's happening here right now. I don't see the trainers out. And I don't see them charging anybody a timeout.
Not sure what happened there. Again, like you said, don't know if it's a timeout or an injury. We hope it's a timeout, of course.
Yeah, of course. We would not hate to see anybody get injured, but yeah, like we were talking about Gilbert, the kind of person he is now. I know Gilbert because I had him when he was in middle school at Martin Luther King. He played football for me. I can tell you what. Now I can see what him running up down the hallways led to.
yeah, they gotta post the speed limit sign in the hallways.
And here we go, second down and 11 for the United Timberwolves, going over the top to, of course, who? Ashton again. And the pass is complete. As you can see, he reached all the way out to get that and almost fell over, but stayed up to get about another extra 5 yards on that play.
These deep shots were working early for the Timberwolves.
Tell you what, they are definitely attacking that secondary. The running game hadn't really been able to get off to a start. Gilbert's been running the ball pretty well, but just look at that replay right there. Wow, folks. Ashton reaching out and really, really making that grab there. That is just an amazing catch. Great body balance to stay up on his feet and be able to get it.
As a fumble on the play by... Did they call the ball down? They did. But the fumble is recovered by Westbrook.
Ooh, and that was a bad place to recover. It looked like after that play, after that last play, with Ashton catching the ball there, it looks like they had really, really eaten up a chunk of the field there. But, man, turnovers will really hurt you. But now, Westbrook is deep in their own territory here, starting to drive on their own 12-yard line. You got to make sure you stay real safe with you have to make sure you stay safe with these kind of drives right here, because if you don't, then you know what's going to happen.
As a quarterback change comes in for Westbrook, number 14, Josh Wilson, is now in the game.
Josh Wilson, number 14. Hadn't seen him at quarterback this year. Let's see what happens. We have motion on the line.
Snaps, runs right, breaks a tackle, and runs through a defender as he gets the first down.
Wow.
Good
That
play.
was different. I can see Westbrook is using a couple of different quarterback tandems since we started off, but man, that was a great run right there by Josh
Absolutely.
Wilson.
I mean, you know, as coming in, I would be quite nervous coming into the game, you know, after that, and then making a big play, the nerves have to go away after that.
Oh, most definitely. You know, once you get around the edge, you have the decent blocking, nice swing pass out. Great job for Wilson to get the
Number
pass.
35, Isaiah Jr. making the play, breaking a tackle, and getting down the field there.
Hey, pick up 8 yards right there on the play. Second down and 2. Second down and 2 for the Westbrook Bruins here in the first quarter at the Alumni Bowl in Memorial Stadium in Beaumont, Texas. Motion on the line and swing pass again. Oh, nice juke. Good shifty moves right there to get.
Westbrook, number 3, Jalen Dartez.
Wow. Juju. He put a little juju on those feet right there. And, boy, that was some great movement right there. That'll bring up a Westbrook Bruin first down. Looks like they might have something going here, huh?
Yeah, that's for sure. This is going to be a very competitive game, in my opinion. I mean, 7-0 so far. I want to see a lot more points on the board here, or maybe we get that defensive side of game like everybody loves to see that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Everybody loves to see that defensive side of the game. Here we go. We have design run for quarterback number 14, Josh Wilson again. Pickup of about 3.
Quarterback Josh Wilson gains 5.
I'm sorry, about 5 on the play. Bring up a second down and 5. Hey, looks like Westbrook has something going here, you know?
Opposite of United. United's been getting them big plays, but Westbrook's been taking their time, moving slowly down the field, and then of course there's nothing wrong with that. You know, as long as you keep the ball moving, that's great there.
There you go. You want to keep going forward and make sure if you're gonna play it this way, you know, you keep the clock moving. But you know, your defense is gonna have to make sure to keep those stops and not let people strike fairly quickly either. And we see it looked like he was gonna pitch it out, but didn't. That end was really trying to read that pitch. But no gain on that play there.
Yep, he made the right read. The DN was going after that running back there, and then the quarterback kept the ball. Unfortunately, it didn't result in a gain. But if he would have handed the ball off or pitched it to the running back there, it would have been a loss instead of no gain on that play.
Definitely so, and not to mention with the way that he was reading that pitch, you know, anything could have happened.
Yeah,
whereas
absolutely.
if he had knocked that ball out of there, then it would have been a scramble for the ball. But that'll bring up a third down and 5 here for the Westbrook Bruins. Ball on their own 46-yard line, close to midfield. We see flags on the play, and from the stop, we see false start called on the Bruins here. That'll bring them back 5 yards. That'll bring up a third down and 10 for the Westbrook Bruins. You know, one thing we don't want to start doing is having penalties. But we did see one false start penalty for Beaumont United, and we've seen one false start penalty for Westbrook.
And even with that, Josh has had a great drive so far. I mean, coming into the game, you know, that he's done well so far. I like to see that, you know, as somebody that's
just coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our first time being able to see him at quarterback this year. He's been a receiver some, but we see now he hands the ball off, comes in through the line, picks up about those 5 yards that they lost.
Number 14, Josh Wilson.
That'll bring up a fourth down and 5 here for the Bruins. Let's see what they choose to do. Ball on the 45-yard line. Bring up a fourth down and 6, actually. And we see Andrew Nightrider in the back, number 40. Getting ready for the kick.
Jones, number 16. Number 6 is Javarius Phoenix.
And we see Beaumont United with 2 receivers back to receive the ball. Ooh.
Almost blocked there.
Almost blocked there.
The fair
And-
catch.
And who is that? What number was that? That was
Number 6.
number 6.
Well, with the catch there.
That was number 6. That was Javarius Phoenix. Well, a lot of us know Javarius Phoenix because of his basketball. But Javarius Phoenix was also quarterback at King and has some experience at playing quarterback also. So you never know what you may see. But Gilbert is doing a great job so far for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. And here they go. Back at it after the last drive resulted in a fumble on the second play. Let's see if Beaumont United can get the drive going and start it. It's still 7-0 here in Beaumont, Texas. Beaumont United up.
Run up the middle there. Gets to the second level and gets stripped down.
Most definitely. Timothy Morris Jr. Man, you saw the hole opened up and he just followed his blockers through that hole. And it's a great pickup, 8-yard gain. You know, you keep picking up 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, you're going to keep running the ball, too.
Most definitely.
Something we haven't seen this year is Beaumont United run game, get started. But today, if they get that run game started, it'll open up the offense a lot more than it has in the past.
Yeah, most definitely. And, like we also said, with Gilbert having great feet and great legs that he has, it really, really, really makes it difficult to try and hold a quarterback that can take off. As we see right here, and he is met. Wow.
Number one, Michael Feature.
Yep.
Coming from the secondary to get that stop.
Most definitely.
With a loss of 4.
That looked like a safety blitz there, but what he did was he just read him, and when he didn't pitch the ball off, he just stuck with him, didn't allow the juice and the shiftiness to get him, and, man, that was a great open field tackle there for a loss of 2 on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the United Timberwolves. We've seen some plays where the secondary has gotten burnt tonight, but we've also seen some plays where the secondary has come up and laid some licks.
Yep, I'm hoping to see greatness from all 3 levels of both teams today as he gets in a tight window and completed
to number 7.
Complete in a crowd to number 7,
Joshua Johnson. Man, that was a tight window to put that ball in right there.
That was an amazing pass there, barely getting past the tips of the fingers of the defender there.
And they on that pass, they got a first down. Beaumont United, it was just enough to get a first down. And the first quarter comes to a close with Beaumont United 7, Westbrook 0. Man, that seemed like a really fast first quarter.
Absolutely. I think it was, in part due to that run game there, as we were talking about in just a moment.
Most definitely. Yeah, hey Josh, I believe that is who you talking. That's
Troy
yes,
Yeoman,
sir.
man.
Gotta check in.
Troy Yeoman, man. It's good.
Appreciate the love.
But that's what I like about this game, Marco. You have the people, you have your alumni in the crowd, you have the people watching. I just like to see the people who played come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's
the Beaumont ISD ExxonMobil Family STEM Night. Enjoy hands.
My bad. No.
So, yes. Now, while they are switching over, we do want to let everybody that's listening, we want to make sure we invite you to the Beaumont Independent School District Family STEM Night. Folks, this is going to be a night like no other. Every campus, from elementary all the way to high school, will be displaying all the things that they do in STEM to really, really get our kids ready and acclimated for the way life is changing and what is, from robotics to engineering to all of the different things that will get our students ready for a STEM career in the STEM field, because we know, being in this area, we are really, really big on STEM and engineering. So come out. It'll be at Ford Park, November the 8th.
Timothy Morris.
Oh, wow. From 5:30 to 8:30. As we see Timothy Morris running up the middle there.
Hey, Marco. I'm comment patrolling. We got another alum in the comment, Mr. Jonathan Martin Jr. For those who don't know, Jonathan Martin played quarterback at Beaumont United, and so he put, let's get the job done, boys. Y'all know who I'm rocking with, and if you can, if you look at his, if you look at his profile picture, it's a picture of him in his Beaumont United uniform, so you could definitely know who he's rocking with.
Tell you what, Beaumont United had a great quarterback in Jonathan Martin. You know, when he played
fast,
King.
shifty, like can run the ball, throw the ball. He was definitely a dual threat.
Very, very smart quarterback.
And I say was, Marco, like he's not still playing.
Hello, and I want to say, man, job well done. Job well done, son.
And just to clear it up, Marco, I'm saying was like it's past tense. He's still playing. So it's not was, it's is. He still is.
Where is he playing right now?
Jonathan, let us know in the comment, man. Comment where you at, man.
Where you playing and what position they have you at, sir? And here we go. We see Timothy Morris Jr. coming around the edge, getting that first down for Beaumont United with some hard running there.
And you know, Marco, to kind of piggyback off that question you said, where do they have you playing? And that's something that's not talked about. Our quarterbacks for BISD, for the most part, are some of the most versatile athletes that they have. Like, for example, I believe he was the first quarterback for Beaumont United, Zemiah Vaughn. He's at Utah right now, and he's playing defensive back, and he's balling. But he played quarterback here he played it at Ozan, and then when they combined, he played it at Zemiah. If I'm not mistaken, because it's like 5 of them. It's a bunch of them. Oh, no. The big brother was the first quarterback, I believe. And I think Zemiah was the second. I could be correct. I could be wrong. Martin, if you're. So the big brother, they're all athletes. The big brother is going to, I forgot what school he's at. He's playing defense. I think he's playing on the defensive side. But just to kind of wrap it up, Marco, it just shows how the grit and the grind that our BISD quarterbacks have. Because then you look at Bryce Anderson. He's shining at Texas A&M as defensive back.
And we actually see right here, Jonathan Martin, he's at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas.
Wide receiver.
And playing wide receiver, folks.
I like it.
So, again, that just backs up the fact that we have a very versatile group of quarterbacks here, whereas our quarterbacks play many, many different positions. And when they go to college, that makes a big, big difference that they can actually play those other positions. So hats off to all the coaches that are really developing these players.
Yeah, Marco, these comments, man, they got a lot of maroon and gold in these comments, man. We got Fisher with Ford. Said the streak would end tonight. It says, oh, look, Miss Carr said, hey, John. Yeah, then Miss Smith said, we believe that maroon. Hey, man, this is a Beaumont United comment section.
I see that.
Westbrook, where you at?
I can tell you what, Westbrook is right here. Coach Johnson pulling for Westbrook.
We're hey, in this booth, we are unbiased, Marco. I just don't want nobody to get hurt. They're going for you too, Chris. And I know you go to Beaumont United, but we are unbiased in this booth.
We are very unbiased with athletes. But class of 1996, Westbrook High School here.
1996.
This is the Alumni Bowl.
The Alumni Bowl.
Shout out to Coach Johnson. As Gilbert fumbles the snap, a low snap there, almost gets taken away from Westbrook. And a couple plays prior, as Timothy Morris had been running the ball, he actually caught a pass a couple plays ago there, and that's good to see. You know, Timothy Morris is one of the most important guys on the team. Good to see him getting out there and catching a pass there too.
Right. Well, it's one thing when your backs can run the ball. It's another thing when you can throw a pass to your backs coming out the backfield. That really, really allows your quarterback to have a lot more option.
Right. Look at Christian McCaffrey. They got him like number 3 in the MVP voting because he can run the ball, catch it, and if you need him to pass it, Marco, he'll throw it too if you need him to.
Yeah, no kid. I mean, I'm telling you, it's the one thing, having a quarterback who can be mobile as well as having a running back who can actually catch the ball. Those two things really open up the game for you that make it really tough on defenses. As we see, there was an injury, a Timberwolf that was injured. And so while they get that cleared up. Looks like they may have that cleared up on the field. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. I'm sorry. Is it a 2nd and goal? Yes.
Yeah, 2nd and goal.
Bring up a 2nd down and goal for the United Timberwolves here in the second quarter of this Alumni Bowl game.
What you drawing up right here, Marco? You gonna try since 2nd down? You gonna give you a run, pass? What you got?
Right here, I'd probably go with a run, see what I can get, like what they just did inside, get a couple of yards. There you go.
Okay.
And
good hard
right
run.
now, look like to the 4-yard line. That was some tough running right there.
That's some. Hey, he kept them legs working.
But if you notice, what he did was, and this is one thing that you'll see a good back do, when you know you're going into a pack and a pile like that, the one thing you do is you see he kept his legs running, but he tucked his body over the ball.
Right.
That was the second thing. If you notice that, you tuck your body over the ball, and then what do? You just churn like butter. Keep those legs churning like you trying to make butter.
Marco, we got a couple comments I want to point out. Fishing with Ford says, Beaumont Bowl, why did they go away from their name? That's a good question. I think now is a good time to bring it back, but we've already called it the Alumni Bowl. And I'll be honest with you, I like the idea of the Alumni Bowl, but I think the Beaumont Bowl, just saying this is the Beaumont Bowl, it held to my opinion, it held just a little bit more weight. Like, hey, if I win this, we run Beaumont for a year.
Well, Beaumont Bowl, if you think about it, was more of a Westbrook Central thing. What happened was once the school split into 3, you started noticing you had the trifecta.
Yeah, Beaumont and Central had the Soul Bowl.
Yep.
And then whoever won that game, when they played Westbrook, that was the Beaumont Bowl. Right. So it was, it was.
But now with having 2, and then the fact that the stadium is Memorial Stadium, then they're trying to remember all the schools. Then I guess I can see where Alumni Bowl would come from.
Right, and they just unveiled the new monument. So I don't think the name's going anywhere. But I did love, like when I played, it was the Beaumont Bowl monument. My senior year at Roseanne, we lost to Central. So when Central played Westbrook, it was the Beaumont Bowl.
Okay.
And then the second quarterback was from Trustee.
That's
a little trickery. Okay.
And Westbrook read that trickery. We had a little ending around going there.
Yeah,
and Westbrook read that perfectly. Read it, man.
Yep.
That was there was nowhere to go on the end around. Actually, if he hadn't pitched the ball, they might have gone in on that first one.
Yeah, and then
when he pitched it out, Westbrook was ready for him.
Trustee Lewis said, Westbrook had some dual threats: James Brown, Chip Ambrees, Bryson Anderson, Joe Shoshone. You're definitely right. All those guys were. And I know some people we miss. Some people gonna say, "Hey, back in '87, we had shaky leg Lewis, shaky leg Lewis."
We had Jerry Ball.
Like I know we missed. I can't name them all. I wasn't born in '82. I'm sorry. I wasn't born in '87. I'm sorry. But for who we miss, I went. Beaumont. They had the video. I'm gonna have to find it, Marco. There's a video. You can look it up on YouTube for the people watching. Just type in Beaumont, Texas. Football capital of America. Like we have a rich history in football here in Beaumont, and for people to, I think people kind of lose that, like because you see football recent history, whatever. But if we're being honest, Marco, Beaumont has a rich tradition of football, and it's not going anywhere. We have the athletes. Like no matter what, the water that we drink in Beaumont produce athletes. No matter what.
Of course. Whether it be football, whether it be basketball, we produce athletes and versatile athletes, and that's a great thing.
Oh, man, look who we got in the comments, man.
Chandler Rivers, huh?
Look who we got in the comments, Mr. Chandler Rivers, I'm a pick 6 it to the house last week, man. And for the people who don't know, who've been living under a rock, Chandler Rivers, he was a dual threat. He was receiver. He was DB. He could have played quarterback, I'm sure. He even got a state championship basketball ring in his closet. But he's at Duke now, and he's putting on a show. He had a pick 6 last week to go on top of an already good game. Chandler, man, we appreciate you for tuning in, man. And, of course, we know who you're rocking with.
And here we go. We also have in here Derek Turner. Brook, baby. That's right. Now we have some Bruins bringing it in. As we see a fair catch right here off of a high kick right into the first line. Sometimes you do that pooch kick trying to see if you can get that ball back. Yeah. But with 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the half, we see after the field goal, successful field goal for Beaumont United 10, Westbrook 0.
Yeah, I know.
And let's see. Let's go to Tavares Bell, 10th grade running back. Go Bruins.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now our Bruins starting to come in here.
They heard your
My shout out.
Yeah, they heard your beacon, man. You put the
And hey, if you are an alumni and you're in here,
let us know.
Hit up all your alumni. Let us know what school and what year.
Yeah. And then
1952 South Park. Let us know. Class
that's still Beaumont, baby.
We'll send a shout out to your class.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 7 minutes remaining in the first half, guys. Beaumont United 10, Westbrook 0. Let me see what we got. Chandler said, yes, sir. You know I'm tuned in. Now, we definitely appreciate that, Chandler, man. And you know we tuned in every Saturday, except the week that you got off. But besides that, we tuned in every Saturday, baby.
Now we see a quarterback change for the Bruins. Quarterback change to number 15, Braylon Hawkins.
He's a senior. He just got an offer. I just seen it. Matter of fact, let me look it up. He just got an offer. He's a senior. His sister played basketball. Let me look it up. I was just looking at it, Marco. So congrats to Braylon on your offer from, let me see, Capital University. So congratulations, Braylon, on your first offer from Capital University. They got him in at quarterback.
Oh, great job. And here we go. We're going to see it's first down and 10 for the Bruins after that great run there. 5 minutes and 53 seconds and counting remaining. Kind of mishandled the snap. Number 19 takes the ball. Number 19 for the Bruins. Brody Handley, senior.
Few said definitely. I ran track and played football for both schools, Ozan and Central. Donald Bell, class of 05. I like that. We got us a Jaguar in here, man.
And we also see, hey, let's look at it. Jaguar, class of 97.
I like it.
Central, class of 97. Where are y'all?
That's actually my sister graduated from Central, class of 97 as well.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I see a name here that we know after we watched the incomplete pass there. A name here we know, Mike Fiecher.
88 Jaguar Drive. Mike, we already know if that school was still open, your jersey would be in the Raptors, man. I don't have to say what you did on the field, man. Just know your name is stamped in these Beaumont City streets, on these football fields of Beaumont, man. You definitely put in some work over at Central, man.
Well, we can definitely say that, of course, obviously, his son, Mike Fiecher, who is at Westbrook right now, is one of the greatest assets to that secondary core that they have. Whenever you have a Westbrook game, you know, we always constantly calling his name for stops and just great plays.
Here we go.
Ooh, pass tipped.
Ooh, man, that,
right there at the line. That could have been
flying. He came flying off the edge right there.
Wow. And
he done his homework. He done his homework, Marco.
Hey, if he had actually tipped that ball and knocked it backwards, that would have been a live ball, folks.
Yep.
It's 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining here in the quarter. You know, Chris, what are you seeing here? You know, what are you seeing here?
You know, both teams have gotten big stops. You know, got some turnovers happen. We got some big plays downfield. You got everything so far. You even got, you know, I've looked down on the field. You can see both teams, you know, talking trash on the field, looking at each other, and
well, you know,
this is part of the game, man.
You know, some of these kids live literally 2 streets over from each other. So, yep. You know, a lot of these kids, they know each other very, very well. They play with each other, have played with each other in different systems. So, you know, it's a very emotional game for a lot of them, as we see Andrew Knight, Ryder, kicking that ball off and fair caught at the 16-yard line, where the Beaumont United Timberwolves will take over here with 5 minutes and 4 seconds remaining.
A great chance here before halftime to extend the lead even further, as you know, 10-0 right now.
Very much. The one thing that we know, the defense for the Bruins I'm pretty sure they're saying right now, hey, y'all, let's hold it so that we can get the ball back to offense and get some points. Or let's just go ahead and get the points ourselves. But then again, we also know that the United Timberwolves, they've been moving the ball pretty well in this first half, on their feet. And then you got to watch them because they'll go over the top on you.
Yeah, that's for sure. But, Westbrook's defense has been making some plays. Like you mentioned earlier, Michael Fiacher, he had that big stop behind the line of scrimmage there, coming up from the secondary, making that play there.
Yes, most definitely. So now let's see what the United Timberwolves dial up here. We see two backs in the backfield. Oh, Gil Anderson having to get out of there. Great job of the receiver coming back to pick up, give him a good block. Able to pick about 3 yards on that play right there and get out of bounds.
Good awareness there, and that's something that Gilbert has. He likes to scramble a lot, and he makes those. He's an improviser.
Very much. You can see that. That's really, really when you have a quarterback that's able to improvise like that. The one thing that you notice is it's really hard for defenses because they don't really have a tendency. What happens is you just got to watch their movements and be ready to act when they act. And it's kind of hard and tough, when you can't really find a tendency. But like you said, he just kind of makes it work. And, that's a blessing for any coach to have.
Absolutely. Something I'd like to see from the Westbrook offense is that they've been using a lot of motion there. As James Moore, he's come across the line a bunch of times, and that's something that both teams haven't really done all season, as Gilbert comes over to the sideline to have a conversation with the coach there.
Coach and the ref. I'm just curious, not exactly sure what's going on right here. Clock's not moving, and it's not a timeout.
Well, he ran out of bounds on the previous play, so the clock will stop if I'm not.
Definitely so, but the play clock, once the ball set, would have been moving.
Yes, which is I'm curious to find out what had happened there and what type of discussion they were having there.
Well, either way, it brings up a 2nd down and 8, ball on the 18-yard line with 4 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. And when we're looking here in the comments, hey, we have it, Jaden Bell. Let's go, Brook. Keep the streak alive. As we see Timothy Morris Jr. coming around, and he stopped right there, but not after getting the first down. But we do see a flag, and in the area where it's thrown, it's usually holding.
Made a couple moves there, but
hold on.
Get called back.
Hold on, Marco. I was listening, so we gotta. It's some people who we gotta address as such. Okay, now I could be wrong, and Mr. Bell, you can correct me. Is Jaden Bell the same as Jay Bell that played at Westbrook a couple years ago? Could be somebody totally different. But we had a Jay Bell that played at Westbrook. Graduated the same year with Troy. He played D-end. No, he played interior D-line. When I tell you, Marco, that kid was a monster. He went to SMU out of high school. He went to SMU. But I think injuries and stuff plagued him. But if I'm not mistaken, that's the same guy. And then we also got a comment from Jimmy Johnson. Ozan class 08. Let's go BU. I actually played football with Jimmy Johnson my senior year. I graduated 07, and he graduated 08. So got some former athletes. But if that is Jay Bell, let me know, man, because it's good to hear from you, man. It's been a while, but it's good to see that you're still tuned in to your Bruins, man.
As we see here on the penalty, 10-yard mark-off for the holding. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 18 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves in a very dangerous area here. Last time they were in this area, they actually fumbled the ball. Ball on the 8-yard line. Let's see how the offense answers or the defense. And we see run out of the backfield.
Whoa. Oh, that's a flag. Wow. That's a flag.
That was interesting, to say the least. That was a collision of magnetic proportions there. Wow. Interesting to see who this one's going to be on. And it looks like no signal yet. looking for the referee.
Oh man,
I don't see the white cap.
Let's see. I just got an email, Marco. It says area snapshot number. So for those who don't know, today is the snapshot day. I've been looking to see what our totals are. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Today is the UIL snapshot day. It tells you, it goes by the amount of students that you have, and it tells you which conference you'll be in. Right now we're in 6A. Beaumont United is in 6A. And so today is the actual day that the numbers go in. And so I don't think ours came out yet. I know a lot of local teams, Port Arthur Memorial actually got bigger, but they still 5A. They're not 6A yet. But if they continue on this rate, they'll be 6A in no time. Let me see what else I seen. I seen a school had 2,089 kids. That's like 200 under, but they chose to go up to 6A. It say opt in. It's good tackle.
Great.
And that's actually Purdue commit Jalen. I was going to call him Bell. I'm talking about J Bell. Oh my God, Jalen Jones. He plays basketball as well. But yeah, it's a great stop right there, Jalen.
That was an amazing stop right there to bring up a 4th down and 23 with 3 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the half. That will put Beaumont United's backs up against the wall for this punt.
Our numbers haven't came out yet.
Dangerous place to be. We see Jay says, hey, defense, let's lock in, and we'll get that offense going. As we see the snap is there. High kick, not very far.
Fall on it.
And it looked like he just underestimated the ball a little too much. Had to reach out to grab it. As soon as he grabbed it, he was stopped right there. But with 3 minutes and 3 seconds, Beaumont United 10, Westbrook 0. We'll get a chance to see if Westbrook can actually put some points on the board before the half. With it being 10-0, a touchdown right here would really, really open up the game for the Bruins. But we also know that Beaumont United, they're trying to hold on to what they can get and then score if they can also.
Yeah, Westbrook has 3 minutes and 3 timeouts to work with as he throws it behind and gets
plastered.
Plastered, pummeled.
Wow, number 2, Cedric McGill. He was right there, and man, as soon as he caught that ball, he just put him right down to the ground for a loss of, 6 yards on that play.
Yeah, that's if you're Westbrook there, you do not want to see that happen, especially when you're trying to get points on the board before halftime.
Most definitely. Looks like they went back with Josh Wilson on quarterback.
It was a snap and almost falls on top of it.
But it looks like it's. Well, let's see. We'll wait for the official. We'll wait for the official word.
And it looks like BU has it. Great takeaway there. I mean, unfortunate snap. Josh trying to fall on top of that ball there. Slips out from underneath him. And it lands into the hands of a Timberwolf there.
Wow. And we've seen the Timberwolves fumble. And now we've seen the Bruins fumble. And that'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves.
Marco, I was just informed that we are 99.9% sure that Beaumont United will be going down. The jury is still out on Westbrook. We're seeing, because it looked like the number 2 years ago was 22-25 for 6A. That's the magic number.
Okay.
If you're at 22-24, you're 5A.
Okay.
If you're at 22-25 and above, you're 6A.
Okay.
Everyone assumed that number was going to go up this year. There's nothing showing that number went up. UIL haven't put out any paperwork saying that number went up, but we all assumed that it would, and I don't know if it did. So there's this waiting game.
Numbers are at Westbrook.
Huh?
I wonder what the official numbers are for Westbrook.
If I'm not mistaken, now I could be wrong. I've heard that they're both going down. I'm not sure, but the last time I checked, which was weeks ago, I think we were a little bit over, but
has a screen pass thrown to the right side. Jukes and gets barely gets tripped down there. Almost making a big play there.
Wow.
The one making the tackle is number 5, Tegan Freeman. Almost got juked out there, but thankfully made the stop.
I'm telling you, that was a touchdown saving tackle because no one else was back there.
1:10 left in the half. 2 timeouts for Beaumont United if they choose to use them as he snaps. Has to roll right up to making a play there. And gets out of bounds for just about a 1-yard gain there.
That was a smart play by Gilbert because trying to make something happen out of nothing could have been bad. And just to be able to get out of bounds, very smart play. It stops the clock and gives them another opportunity. 2nd down and 9 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. Ball on the 46-yard line. And let's see what we have going on here.
It's Mr. Cooper,
wow.
man. He's at Marshall. If I'm not mistaken, Coach Coop. He's still at Marshall. He said he played at. Unfortunately, he went to Central. He could have went to 34-43 for net, but he chose to go to 88 Jaguar Drive. But he said back then they beat Westbrook 53-0 to bring the trophy back. So, oh man. Oh wait. And the snaps are just numbers. Okay, yeah. So they say they won't do that until Friday, I believe. So right now, okay. So UIL haven't sent the number yet, haven't sent with the magical number, but everybody assumes that number's going up. If the number goes up to 2,300, which it should, in my opinion, because these 6A schools are getting bigger and bigger, then yes, both schools will go down. If the number go up to 2,375, I believe both schools will go down. If the number goes up to 2,250. I believe both schools will go down, but if the number stays at 22-25, I think BU will go down and Westbrook will stay up. But that's just me speculating, guys. Don't take this. Don't hold me. Don't hold it to me. But I mean, don't hold me to it. But good pass, good catch.
Great pass across the middle, right there to number 21.
Taking the hit is Darian Anderson, as he finds a hole down the middle of the field there, and gets the ball after the incomplete pass on the last play. It's good there to keep that clock moving. I would assume that they would call a timeout here, but they keep the clock running, go with this hurry-up offense as the clock goes just about 30 seconds.
Let's see what they dial up here. We think they're going for Ashton in the back of the end zone.
Good defense.
And
that was risky.
That's exactly where they were going.
That was risky, Marco.
Well, you got to take a hit and go to it's first down. You might as well take that shot to the end zone. You have 27 seconds remaining. If he doesn't catch the ball,
right,
then what happens is,
the
stop the clock. If he does, it's 6 points.
Yep.
So now you can actually see what you get for 2nd down right here.
Yeah, Marco, this game is just kind of give some history on the game. This game is in its 6th year of existence. Westbrook has won the previous 5. Now, the first game, Marco, the first Westbrook versus Beaumont United, Marco, when I tell you there was nowhere to sit. The stadium holds about 10,300 something or something like that. And they were literally sold out, Marco, the first game.
Yeah,
and,
I remember that.
Then I remember 1 year, I think it was the third year, Beaumont United and Westbrook both met up. They were 4-0. And literally the week before they were supposed to play, Hurricane Harvey hit.
Yeah,
and it ran through Beaumont United and it, I don't like to make excuses, Marco. I'm never a fan of an excuse, but I honestly believe that messed up because both schools on the buzzsaw, man. Like that game was, but like after the hurricane hit, it just kind of took a toll on the Beaumont United players because you had players who literally had no house to go to. But I still got practice in the morning. And it's like, wait a second, like, whoa, I think my house is more important. But but the kids, man, they did it. They persevered. If you're in the comments, I mean, and you played back then, man, let us know how it was, man. Let us know how that transition was because I know, I'm blessed, Marco. I never flooded. It got close one year. One year, Marco, I was blowing the water. I turned the fan on, Marco, and I put it outside. But I never flooded, and so I can only imagine what kind of toll it takes on it. Plus for somebody who has to go out, wake up in the morning, and go out to football practice. Now I know some practice was canceled, but to make the story better,
Well, you still have to remember, some of the kids who were going to football practice were still wondering where they were going to stay the next time they went back. So that was, that was an amazing year for those kids to go through. But I can tell you the perseverance of the kids, the parents, the coaches, and everyone in that situation, even having to understand now we're going to have to merge schools. Yep. Whereas, you had a lot of alliances.
Yeah. Well, actually, Marco, Harvey was after that. United was already in existence. This was the third year for Harvey. Was that Harvey or was that Imelda? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. That was Imelda. We done had so many hurricanes. Hey, it was one of them, guys. Come on, now. One of the bad ones.
Harvey was
yes. I was in the Central. Yeah, Harvey destroyed Central.
Right.
Miss Chantel Douglas can tell you the story. Miss Douglas said she went in after Harvey and she hung up some posters on her wall, and the walls were so wet that when she came back the next day, the poster had already molded.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that was her first year teaching. So just imagine your first year teaching, you come in with all this, as I had last year, still have if you ask me, but you come in with all this joy and cheer, and then bam, Hurricane Imelda hit, and now you try to decorate your room, put up posters, you come back and it's molded. So, some people was like, oh, just fix it, but Central is such an old school. A fix for that, they would have probably told them demolish it and rebuild. You know what I mean?
But they couldn't demolish it because it's a historic landmark.
Yes, it's the oldest school in Beaumont.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the oldest school in Beaumont from its days as BCP. Charlton? No, not Charlton Pilot.
Beaumont
It was
High,
French.
wasn't it?
It was Beaumont High.
Beaumont High.
Yeah, Beaumont High. Yep.
We see with 15.2 seconds remaining.
Who got to call the timeout, Marco? Looked like United did.
Beaumont United.
No. Yeah, they did. Yep.
4th down and 5 for Beaumont United here with 15.2 seconds remaining after that incomplete pass to Ashton Henry. And let's see what they dial up here with 15.2 seconds remaining in the half.
What you got, Marco? What you doing right here?
Oh, I'm going to the end zone, buddy.
You know me, Marco. I'm for verticals. Ooh, we got a hold.
See a flag. It's got to be a hold. And look.
Oh, he wide open too. Oh.
Just overthrew him a little bit too much. When, I don't know if he overthrew him or if the receiver just needed to speed up a little bit. But either way, incomplete pass. And we have flags on the field and an injured Bruin.
Yeah, you got another injury on the field.
While we have that injury, I want to mention to you again. Well, actually, going to comments, Beaumont Soldier, Jags, class of 1996. If you're a Jaguar, class of 96, hit us up. Bruins, class of 96. I'm on the mic, so hit us up and let me know that, hey, we're in the house too.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, Marco, it's good to see all the comments from the alumni, man, because this is exactly what the game is for. It's literally called the Alumni Bowl.
It is.
We're here for the kids, but we're also here for the alumni as well.
Well, you were talking about a game when you were talking about the first Beaumont United Westbrook game. I remember the first Ozan Central game.
Oh yeah.
It was at Lamar.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yep.
I got to the game right at the game start time, and I literally had to go all the way to the top.
Yep.
And I barely found the party I was supposed to be with because that game, if coronavirus was out then, everybody would have
had it. Standing room only. And then, Marco, I just thought about it. Kind of add more salt to the wound. The year that both schools were 4-0, Westbrook was 4-0, Beaumont United was 4-0, you got hit with Imelda. Bam. So that kind of throws you off. And then, right after that, you get ready that Friday for the game, and the rain says, nope, So everybody had to come back out that Saturday.
I remember that.
And so yeah, man, I'm just sitting back thinking, man, but
I remember that. And the greatest thing is to have alums that's actually up here in the booth, and we're able to, think about and remember the stories that we have. Because Chris,
he's going to be a future alum. Chris is a future alum.
And when you come back, you'll be like, but you remember a game. I know you remember a game. You remember last year's Westbrook Beaumont United game was so sloppy, wet, and messy.
Oh, man, we broke the camera. I literally broke one of our cameras. We put it out there. I had it covered. And then the wind knocked that boy over, man. And we still making it work. But, man, that was a sloppy game, man.
I remember that game started 2 hours late.
Yeah, we got home probably about 1 o'clock in the morning.
And that game was over probably about 11:15 because it had to be over before midnight.
Yeah,
well,
we got
what, folks, let's look at it here. We have 28 minutes of band and drill team performances. These teams have really been putting on, I'm pretty sure, especially for this game. The one thing we always know is from the Beaumont Bowl to the Soul Bowl to the Alumni Bowl, it's always something with these drill teams and bands. They always try to outshine each other, and hey, I'm pretty sure it's going to be no different tonight. So grab you some nachos, and before we go, we just want to say, hey, Billy Ray, there we go, Westbrook alumni, class of 11. And then we have Trey Thomas, Ozan, class of 12. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the comments right after we get a chance to enjoy our bands and drill teams.
Look like we're starting off with Beaumont United.
Get you some vittles and get you to the restrooms and come back and enjoy what these kids have to offer. We'll be back in 27 minutes and 50 seconds.
X Factor, and everything is everything.
To all our fans, we are currently in the process of fixing our sound. Thank you for being patient, and we will get that fixed shortly.
Now taking the field are the glamorous Golden Girls under the direction of Miss Jada Winters and Miss Tamika Patterson, Assistant Director. The Golden Girls will be performing to Wipe Me Down. Officers are Shelby Johnson, Captain, Alyssa Harris, First Lieutenant, Sky Dudley, Second Lieutenant, and Amaya Cooper, Second Lieutenant. And now entering the field are the Dynamic Step Majorettes, led by Captain Kaylee Hadnot and Co-Captain Traviana Guillory, sponsored by Ms. Brittany Guillory. The Dynamic Step Majorettes will perform to Velvet Rope.
Mia Prudhomme, Braylee Cheney, Abigail Yoder, Haley Brewer, Abby McCullough, Lacey Johnson, Alana Allison, Joe Brian Borden, Nick Graff, Uvea Marino, Alyssa Waters, Ariana Hall, Aiden Collins, Isa Edie, Isabella Phillips, and Jackie Mondragon. Congratulations to the class of 2024 Stars and Sound Power. The Stars are under the field direction of Junior Lieutenants Avery Jackson, Tessa Smith, Kara Simpson, and Reagan Hancock. Senior Lieutenant Braylee Cheney. First Lieutenant Kara Roberts, and Captain Mia Prudhomme. Tonight, the Stars will perform with their biggest fans to Thriller. Sound Power section leaders are Jaden DeQuire, Michael Drager, Jameis Griffin, Hayden McGuire, Jackie Dragon, Bea Marino, Anne-Marie Rodriguez, James Turner, Valerie Walker, and Jonathan Whitfield. Band captain is Aiden Collins. Sound Power is under the field direction of drum majors Brady Greer, Lacey Johnson, and Gabby Rosario. The assistant director is Keith Larson, and the director of bands is Stephanie Alcantara. Let's hear it once again for Sound Power and the Westbrook Stars.
Checking scores of other games. Halftime, Galena Park North Shore 33 and Atascocita 14. Halftime, Port Neches Groves 20, Nederland 9. Late second quarter, Barkersville 24, Port Arthur Memorial 10. Starting the second quarter, Coons 7, New Waverly nothing. Late second quarter, Fort Bend Willow Ridge 30, Dayton 8. Halftime, Humboldt 18, Kingwood 14. Beaumont United will host Humboldt coming up here next Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to draw your attention to the south end zone. We'd like to recognize some of our staff members who are part of the Bruin family. We are thankful to have them as part of our staff. Scott Soretta, Tammy Carpenter, Wynette Rito, Jesse White, Elizabeth Pressler, Jenny Wilson, and Megan Mistrick. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you for your service to Westbrook High School. Checking other scores, Kirbyville 14, Orangeville 13, late second quarter. Midway through the second quarter, Lumberton 17, Little Cypress Mauriceville nothing. Midway through the second quarter, Hampshire Gannett 35, Liberty nothing. 3 minutes left to play. Second quarter, Silsbee 14, Brick City nothing. Midway through the second quarter, Buna 16, Cleveland Tarkington 14. Starting the second quarter, Jasper 28, Hardin Jefferson nothing. And coming up tomorrow, C.E. King plays at Summer Creek. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the Beaumont United Timberwolves. And now here come the Westbrook Bruins.
And here we are back. 28 minutes of halftime, and wow, those bands did an amazing job of entertaining us. We want to give a shout out to both bands, both drill teams, both band directors, both sets of band directors, and all the sponsors that it took to make sure that that halftime show was made possible for us to enjoy. Now, here we go. Third quarter here in Beaumont, Texas. We see Beaumont United up 10. Beaumont United 10, Westbrook Bruins 0.
You know, a low-scoring game so far. We've seen some turnovers, some defensive stop, and you know, a fairly defensive-sided game. You know, you've seen your shot plays, and they've hit on some of them. Some of them have been played very well defensively, as Beaumont United is set to kick off here at the beginning of the second half. So, Coach Lamb, how, you know, talking about that performance out there, how did you like it? Were you tuning into the bands there?
Well, you know, I actually went down.
Oh,
and
okay.
when I went downstairs, you know, I could really have a chance to hear them. And, you know, they sounded really great. You know, the dancers did an amazing job. The bands, you can tell that they really had been looking forward to this game because they did a couple of things a little bit different than we've seen. So, you know, it was really great to be down there and, you know, hear the bands because we don't get a chance to hear them that often. As we see, an onside kick here didn't go 10 yards.
Kick goes out of bounds.
And it goes out of bounds. We see, hey, Beaumont United, they're trying to get the ball back.
That's, you know, they go for the onside kick there, and just the execution wasn't there.
And that'll lead Westbrook to the 40-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Bruins here. 24 minutes remaining in this game, folks. Let's see if the Bruins can put an offensive set here together. We see that they come out with number 19 at quarterback here, Brody Hanley.
First down, Bruins starting the drive at their own 49-yard line.
You know, you've seen quarterback change a lot, you know, for Westbrook here with Roy out with that injury.
Most definitely. And, you know, shifting. Oh, there we go. Number 3. Is that Juju? I believe that is Jalen Dartez, number 3. You see, he made one shifty move, and then, man, that's speed.
I think everybody in the building saw that speed. I mean, maybe you didn't see him because he was so fast. But
all you saw was a blur as he come through the line, and that was a Bruin first down. Bring him a first down and 10 for the Bruins. Ball on the 36-yard line. Motion on the line by the Bruins. Handoff into who? Jalen Dartez. Picked up, looked like another 3 yards there on the carry.
Ball carried by Dartez again.
Yeah, that's something, you know, both teams have gotten off with. You know, they started off well in the first half. You know, both of the running games have started off well there. Their passing games too, and just sometimes those drives just start to slow down, and then that's when turnovers happen, and you got to punt the ball and etc.
Oh, definitely. You know, those when those drives get stagnant. You know, let's see who can put together a consistent drive here and take it into the end zone. As we see here, Westbrook lined up, one back in the back. Dartez trying to get around that edge, and nowhere to go there. Stopped by number 2, but then cleaned up by number 33.
Tackled by Cedric McGill and 33, Chris
Yep, number 2, Cedric McGill, and number 3, number 33.
Christopher Norman.
Man, Christopher Norman, really, he came in and cleaned it up right at the end there. That brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Bruins. Ball back to the 36-yard line. Looks like they're going to bring some heat.
As he looks to the sideline, trying to make a change there, maybe try to check some of that heat.
Most definitely, you saw the 2 linebackers come up and fill in those gaps. And it looks like they still brought them. Yeah. Have to get the ball off quickly, and too much to handle.
On that previous play where they ran it, and those 2 defenders had that nice play behind the line of scrimmage there. It looked like there was a failed handoff. It was a little bit late there, and hopefully they get that execution on target, on time, and because getting the ball to who's that? Juju who got the ball there?
Getting the ball to Juju.
It's something they've done this drive, and certainly they will for the rest of the game. So getting that execution and timing down has to be of utmost importance.
Oh, big time. They brought some heat right there for the Bruins, and that caused them to have to get that pass off really quickly. Andrew Nightrider with a high punt, and great punt to get it to go out of bounds at the 8-yard line. It's great when you have a punter that can actually directionally punt that ball and get it, position your team to whereas your defense can come out and it's back to offense against the wall. That's a great punt right there by Andrew Nightrider.
And he's making them hits too, as we saw in the first quarter there.
Like you say, you don't usually see a kicker also being a middle linebacker. Hey, we have an update right here on the scores. Score update: Atascocita 14, North Shore 33. Ooh, we know that's going to be a tough game there. Those 2 were tied for top in the district. Both nationally ranked and both state-ranked teams. But the question is, can anybody stop Duncanville?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Duncanville has been a powerhouse in 6A, and man, I dare say that team could probably beat some college teams the way they're playing.
Absolutely, as they do throw the screen pass outside, breaks a tackle, and gets stopped. That's Ashton with another catch.
Ashton Henry. It's a 5-yard gain right there on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. Here, that first half seemed to go by pretty quickly.
Yes.
With the clock still running here, it looks like that they're going to be keeping that clock moving as much as possible. If Westbrook doesn't answer soon, that clock is going to be a problem for them. And we see here with a 2nd down and 5.
Run up the middle, makes a move behind the line.
Timothy Morris Jr.
Ball carried by number 4, Timothy Morris, tackled by Terrence Durham.
And that'll be a 1st down for Beaumont United, Chris.
Yep, keeping the ball moving as we've talked previously. You got to keep that ball moving. Those guys get stagnant, and that's where you turn the ball over.
Hey, we have an update right here. Duncanville was supposed to play DeSoto tonight. Says that the weather stopped them tonight. The game was canceled for tonight versus DeSoto. I don't know if we should, and I don't know if DeSoto should celebrate, but that means that game would end up having to play. It must be some really severe weather going on out there. We see a flag right here on the play. 2 flags.
The ball carrier again. Flag is down. Westbrook tackle number 15, Braylon Hawkins.
They didn't stop the play, so is it an offsides?
All right, Marco. Kind of going around the horn here. I'm just kind of play catch up. It's a
start.
Update on the North Shore. North Shore leads Atascocita 14-30.
Yeah.
I thought. Oh, you said that? You seen the one about Duncanville?
Yeah, they said they're going to play it tomorrow.
Dang, that's crazy.
So that weather must really be bad for them to cancel the game tonight.
And that's right. I know that game is like that's a North Shore Atascocita of that district.
Right.
Like Duncanville is the North Shore, and DeSoto is the Atascocita. Like DeSoto, Atascocita doesn't make it to state because they have to play North Shore.
Right.
And it's the same with DeSoto and Duncanville.
And man, we've seen Duncanville been tearing the roof up.
Yeah, man, that's. And I was watching a thing. I think it was like week 7 or week 6.
Yeah.
They gave up like 10 points. They gave up a total of like 10 points. Like it was like super low. And they were playing like they play a national schedule. Like they play like they don't just play their district. Like they go play some of the heavy hitters.
Right.
And so for them to pitch shutouts like that is amazing, man.
Well, that's how you get that national ranking, too.
Yeah.
Also, and look at that. You have a lot of teams of national ranking from Texas.
Yep. Number 6 is North Shore. And number 6 is Duncanville.
3.
In the nation.
Oh, in the nation.
So it was number 6 was Duncanville, and number 7 was North Shore in the nation. And just think about how many high schools they have.
Atascocita was also ranked in the top
25. Yep, sure was. Yep, and I'm pretty sure DeSoto is too. If I was to pull up the list, let's say, man,
look at that. It was lightning that caused them to have to be. But then look at shock right at halftime. Memorial down.
Barber's Hill. Let me check on that.
10.
Wow. Yeah, that's. Let's say Duncanville won. DeSoto won state last year in division. Oh, okay, my bad.
Small school, right?
Coach Michael Thomas just corrected me. They went D2, and DeSoto won state. They sure did. You're absolutely right. And then Duncanville won state in 6A. I mean Division 1. But let me look up the Mid-County Madness. That's another good one that always ended up being a good one. That's tonight.
Needle and Port Nature.
All the rivalries are this week for some reason. I don't know why, but for some reason, all of the rivalries.
I can tell you what. If you're in Needle and Port Nature tonight, and it is Mid-County Madness, don't stop at Sonic. Don't stop at anywhere. You're not gonna get any food tonight because everybody's at
everybody.
Everybody.
All right, look, let's run through them. We got East Chambers beating Hardin 35-0, where they won the state final. Port Neches is winning 20-9 in the third quarter against over Needling.
Oh wow.
Kuntz and New Waverly is tied 7-all going into the third quarter. Lovelady beat Everdale 60-7.
Okay.
Vidor is up at going into halftime against Huffman Hargrave 28-14. Lumberton and LCM. Lumberton is winning 17-0. That's another good team.
Yeah.
Lumberton is a good team this year. Speaking of good team, Hampshire Fournette, after a tough loss against Silsbee last week, they're up 49-0 against Liberty.
Ooh.
And then you have Silsbee versus Bridge City, and Silsbee's up 20-7.
And that is our scores from around the area, folks. As we see a punt right here, Westbrook will take over the ball with 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Score is still Beaumont United 10, Westbrook 0. They'll take over the ball here on the 35-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going. We see at quarterback we have number 19 Brody Hanley still in at quarterback.
Yeah, we to kind of go back to our previous topic. Again, another clarification from Coach Michael Thomas. If he said, I believe it. He said you will not find out until December if the actual number is going up as far as the snapshot goes. He said the number has gone up consistently over the years. So everybody's assuming that number is going up. Right now we can only speculate. You won't find out. Today was just a day that, hey, send me your population, and then I will let you know in December if you're going up and down. So right now everybody biting their nails. Everybody's, but I'm shocked at that one school that chose to go up, and they're like 200 kids under 6A. I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna tell you. But I read a note on side their name, and it said ops to 6A, and I'm like, I wouldn't do that. If you know, like I know.
What number was that with the ball?
That was 36? Number 35, Isaiah 35. Jr. Breaking out of that ankle tackle, getting a gain on the play of just 1 yard.
Just 1 yard, but that was a tough 1 yard there.
It absolutely was.
That could have easily been behind the line. So here we go. Westbrook, second down and 9. Ball on the 46-yard line. Motion coming from the bottom of the screen. Ball handed off to Isaiah Jr. up the middle. Still nowhere to go. Pickup of maybe another yard on the carry. Will bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Bruins.
And Marco, just to kind of go back to that Memorial, like I don't think people understand. Memorial has been consistently running through their district. Like, hate to say it, but with ease. And everybody knew this game was going to be a good one, but they just still assumed Memorial was going to dominate against Barbers Hill. But for them to be down 14, that's kind of big.
Yeah, no kidding. Now I'm looking in the comments here, and it says Westbrook quarterback is Tam, not Brody.
Yeah, it's not Brody. I'm sorry. I thought I corrected. That's the freshman, guys. That's number 19 is Tam. He got moved up. He was on JV to begin the year, and then of course with Roy getting injured, they moved him up, and they're kind of working him and Braylon both at quarterback. But yeah, number 19 is not Brody. That's Tam. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. Well, that was a misprint on the roster. Excuse me, folks. Please forgive. The score right now is
I had to take
United 10.
Yep.
And Westbrook 0.
Yeah, so we had some technical difficulties, guys. Remember, we are student led, so stuff happens. So I took the score down because it was taking up too much of the screen. So we'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Score is 10-0, 3:34 remaining in the third. We'll be sure to constantly update you guys. I know you guys are really here for the play on the field, but yeah. So thank you guys for sticking it out with us.
And hey, you see, they said there it was two schools that opted to move up.
I'm trying to get those names, man, because I want to go look at their schools' records and see.
3 Garland district schools opted up.
Garland.
Now Garland, isn't that up there around Dallas?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Let's look at that. We see here, in the third quarter, waiting to get the ball.
That's a bunch of games that got messed up because of the
Lightning.
Yep. That's why I'm on Matt
handoff to number 32. Number 32 for Beaumont United. Naqualan Cormier on the run right there. Pick up about 5 yards on that play. Bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves after the punt by the Westbrook Bruins.
Here we go.
At some point in time, what we have to do, I know Westbrook's thinking what we have to do is we have to stop putting ourselves in punt position and be able to get actually down the field. Tonight, every drive has either ended up in a punt and only one ended up in a fumble. But we see here pass complete to, is that Ashton? It's number, I'm going to say 5. It's number 6. Pass complete to number 6.
Various Phoenix.
Okay, so we got Garland, Lakeview, Centennial, and Garland, Naaman, Naaman, Forest. Naming. And we got South Garland. They all 3 opted up.
And I just 1982, and they opted to go up.
Yeah, and I just got a text again from Coach Michael Thomas. He said a lot of them opt to go up because their district I guess the 6A district is cheaper on travel. But so it's kind of like with us. If we go down to 5A, we have more schools in our area that's 5A. Yeah. And so it'd be cheaper for travel for us than being in 6A because we would only have BU. We'll only have the 2 Beaumont schools, and then everybody else would be Houston travel. So
you're definitely right. That is true because
you say most of the time they opt up. They opt up to because of the travel situation.
And folks, the score is still 10. Beaumont United, Westbrook 0.
Yeah. And so he did put the numbers. So that's a little interesting to me though, man, because I know how tough that 6A district can be. We've been watching it here for the past however many years, and for you to opt up. Matter of fact, I'm finna look up some of these schools' records, man.
Well, see, one thing that, like we said, we know when it comes down to our district, our two schools with the numbers they have, the closest school in numbers to us, I believe, is what, 3,500? 3,300?
I think Kingwood may be like at 28. I think Humble Kingwood. Or maybe Humble. One of the Humble schools is like in the 2000s, but yeah, most of them are in.
Most other schools are close to 4,000, if not 4,000 or more.
Yeah.
We play in our district.
Hold on, let me see. Lakeview Centennial.
I mean, I believe our numbers at Westbrook is probably the numbers at Westbrook probably closer to the numbers at Memorial than it is.
Yeah,
to,
Memorial is at 2188. I think I seen that what the numbers was. I could tell you right here. I got it. They're at 2118.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, our numbers at Westbrook would be closer to those numbers than they would be closer to Atascocita, North Shore, C.E. King, and the others.
Yeah. So one of the schools that opted up is Lakeview Centennial. They're at 2142.
Right.
So they're about 30 bigger than Memorial. Still 100 under, and they're 3-3 in district, 5-3 on the season. So evidently they're having
almost down the sideline. They motion. I think that they motion Timothy Morris out of the backfield, and he gets down the field, just overthrown there by Gilbert.
Just barely overthrown. I mean, it looked like if he put his hands out, that ball could have touched his fingertips and he popped it in. It was that close. Wow, that could have been really bad for the Bruins right there.
And, stopping the clock, you're up 10. You still want to get down there and score, of course. Yeah. But taking time off that clock because you are up is also a good choice there. And by throwing that incomplete pass there, it stops the clock. So.
Yeah, no kidding. That goes in the favor of the Bruins right now because with 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter, we see here, some tough running right there for the back. You can see he stayed on his feet as much as possible and even kind of put his hand down and jumped.
Yeah, because Gilbert, he got tripped up right there at the line of scrimmage, and he jumped forward there.
And see, that takes some great body balance right there. What people don't understand is, you know how it feels when you're about to fall. Think about when you're running full speed and about to fall. And you put your hand down to kind of keep your body balanced and even leap to get that extra 2 or 3 yards. That just shows great awareness and resilience as well as determination. And we see the handoff here by Gilbert. Whoa, nice spin move.
Nice.
He's still on his feet. Wow, that was a great run right there on 3rd down and 2 for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. Let's see, what number was that?
That was number 32. Quaylen Cormier again coming in. And when you see him around campus, he has big legs.
Really?
Yes, he sure does. He has big legs and turning like we say, turning like butter.
Turn it like butter, baby. Churn it like butter. I can tell you what, we can see that, on that play right there, he had a great spin move. And then even after he was wrapped up, he still kept those legs moving. And, looks like we're going to have a false start right there. Number 75 just came across the line there for the Timberwolves. That'll back him up 5 yards to make it a 1st down and 15.
Score is 10-7. Less than a minute now in the 3rd quarter.
We have some numbers right here. It says Humble is at 2880 and Kingwood is at 2850, which compared to Westbrook, that's still 500 or so kids over. Wow, great move right there by Naquaylin Jones to duck the first tackle, but still a host of Bruins there on the stop. And that may be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
As we get into the last stretch of the game, the teams are going to get more hungry to score.
Because, 10 points is really not a lot.
Nope. But it is at the same time. A touchdown is everything. 10 points is it's a lot of points. You got to go out there and you got to make a drive down the field and score a touchdown. But also, it's not too far to come back and score a touchdown at the same time.
When you look at it, this fourth quarter, with fourth quarters, you have a lot that'll be happening, a lot that'll be going on. So I know the one thing that in these fourth quarters we know now, one score will get you back in the game. And this is a 2-score ball game. And really, it's not 2 touchdowns. So you're still in this game. And you're still, all you got to do is put together a drive and let's see if it can happen. But Beaumont United with the ball here and in control. 2nd down and 15 for the Timberwolves. 12 minutes remaining here in the Alumni Bowl in Beaumont, Texas at Memorial Stadium. Westbrook still down 10 to Beaumont United.
Something from students on both sides of Westbrook and United. They're both coming out here, confident in their teams to win. We had some predictions and and a lot of students were saying it was going to be a blowout for Westbrook or a blowout for United, and it doesn't seem like their predictions were
very accurate.
Very accurate today. And we'll see the final score, when it comes down to it.
Well, this fourth quarter, crazy things can happen. And let's see what Beaumont United dials up here. It's a 2nd and 15 for the United. And swing pass. And a little trickery here.
What a play call there as they motion Timothy Morris out of the backfield. And he goes and he sets a block for Ashton, who tries to make the pass downfield, but just could not get the open receiver, and he just throws it away.
And guess what? They had an open receiver down there. Number 7 had gotten out of the pack and was gone. Probably the closest defender was about 6 yards to him and just wasn't able to get that ball to him. That would have been a very, very interesting play to say the least. But the play was incomplete, and we see
3rd and 15 coming up here. The Timberwolves.
And holding on the Timberwolves declined. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 for the United Timberwolves. Rather than taking the yards, the Bruins take the down. So that'll make it 3rd down and 15. Beaumont United Timberwolves. Ball is up. Play action pass. Jumps over the top and wasn't able to really release that ball because he had a defender coming right at him. That'll be an incomplete pass. Looked like the pass was probably intended for, let's see, when he turns around, we'll know the number. Still trying to get that number there, folks. We'll get it.
We'll use our technology.
Very much so. Here we go. And quick punt for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. And it takes a great roll.
What a punt there. Kind of an unexpected type of punt there. Kind of a line drive. But getting down at the 4-yard line. That's something that doesn't get talked about enough is special teams. That goes a long way to have a good punt unit. I mean, you don't want to be punting the ball, but when you do have to, it's good to have a punter who can kick like that.
Well, definitely. And then, you pin that offense having to come out of their own 4-yard line. That's tough for anybody to have to do. You just don't, defenses right here can really suck you up if they, catch you behind the line once or twice. And look, you really can't get caught behind the line too much right here on the 4-yard line.
Absolutely. And we saw last week, we had a safety call. Coach Johnson, he called that. He jinxed it a little bit, and we got that safety.
We're not gonna say that this week.
on it. Safety right here. Let me get a safety.
Ooh, looked like we had some movement on the line right there. And
almost gets sacked, but he gets the ball away with like you said, a smart play there.
Yes, it was. You
called.
almost called that one there.
Called.
And I tell you what, man, running around the back of that end zone right there, the defender had a hand on him. Smart play to just get out of the tackle box and get rid of the ball. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 for the Bruins. 11 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game.
If you look into the secondary, you actually see Gilbert out there playing safety, playing both sides of the ball there.
And actually, look, you see Ashton
there too.
Playing
running,
the other
they get
safety.
to the second level, and it is brought down by number 45, Jeremiah Stevens Holman.
After a gain of 8 yards on the play there to bring up a 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 for the Bruins here in the 4th quarter. You know, we've seen some bright spots, but we just haven't seen them put a drive together and get it down the field. You know, I don't know what it's going to take to just consistently keep a drive put together and get it down the field. But let's see what happens. We see down at the bottom of your screen, you see trips. And ball snap. Design quarterback run had nowhere to go. Beaumont United was all over that one,
Absolutely.
Christian.
They just, like you said, they read the play. They got down there and they hit him. They hit him hard. And like we've talked about, you know, it's not just Westbrook not being able to put a drive together. It's also United too. Both teams have gotten, a little bit down the field, and then, they got a punt or
been stagnant.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're right. The consistency of putting together drive after drive after drive, we haven't really seen. But Beaumont United put together enough drives to be on the scoreboard 10-0. And punt by Westbrook. Takes a short roll, but then stops at the 49-yard line. And Beaumont United will take over with 9 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the game on the Bruin 49-yard line, right about midfield.
If you're Westbrook here, you don't have to be desperate. You just have to stop them from getting into the end zone. You don't want to have no defensive penalties. You want to try to get the ball back, of course. But you don't have to be aggressive on defense. Not just yet. You still have 10 minutes left to, you still have time, and you still have 3 timeouts.
Right.
For both sides to go down the field or potentially get a stop, and get that ball back to go down the field.
But, the longer you wait to get it done, you got to start. You got to strike at some point in time or another. And you got to make sure that you don't keep handing the ball back to them without striking, because then, it just takes one play to make the score go the way that you don't want to see it go.
And that's how we saw it with that first touchdown with Ashton there. It was just a deep shot, and he got into the end zone there. As a handoff to Timothy
Morris Jr. Pickup of about 3 on the play there. Handoff from Gilbert. And didn't Gilbert just come off the field?
Yeah, he sure did. We saw him and Ashton there playing defense.
That's right, playing free safety and strong safety. So, see, that's another thing, like it was saying, like Josh was saying earlier, our quarterbacks and receivers and what have you, they also, on the other side of the ball, are very effective and can play the other side of the ball for you, too. Some very talented quarterbacks. It looks like we're going to have a false start here.
That was, it looked like everybody jumped.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Everybody moved, but the ball didn't move. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty for the United Timberwolves. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 here with 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Both teams, you're right, have all 3 timeouts. And like you said, 10 points is really not an insurmountable goal.
But as time starts dwindling down, you have to get that. You have to, because it's a two-score game. You might not get the ball back if you go down there and score a touchdown. You might not see the ball again as Gilbert throws it, and his receiver has to fall down to try to catch that, and it hits the ground.
You know, the Bruins actually got some pressure on him right there. He had the pocket was closing, and he had nowhere to go. He just released that ball, and it was just a little underthrown to his intended receiver, number 7, Joshua Johnson.
3rd and 12 coming up. 10 to 0 is our score. I apologize.
Yeah, 10-0 here. 3rd down and 12. Let's see what United comes up with on this one. And pass across the middle. I think it's incomplete. It is incomplete. Ball hits the ground. That'll bring up a 4th down and 12 for the United Timberwolves.
You saw for a split second, he almost took his check down there to Timothy Morris. And he decided to keep it in his hands and then try to take that shot deeper down the field. And you know, maybe you saw that linebacker there, or corner on the side, would have stopped Timothy if Gilbert had thrown that pass.
Yeah, that end read that well and stayed outside with that with the back. So, yeah, it was a smart play for him to go for the deeper pass itself. But again, he really didn't have many options right there. Just kind of trying to whiz something in that could maybe get him some yardage. We see a timeout called by the Bruins. I don't think they were set up defensively the way that they wanted to be, especially on a 4th down here with 4th and 12. Again, the game is still within striking distance.
Absolutely. You know, we got to give the Bruins a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, right? You know, they're playing without their starting quarterback. They brought up number 19, Sam. They brought him up from JV to come into this game and play. And I would say they played pretty well so far. I mean, although you haven't put any points on the board, you got to look at it in a bright spot. You know, he's gone out there and he's done his job. And you got to look at that and be grateful, you know, that he's come out there and played the way he has.
And remember, we never know when lightning might strike. So, therefore, a host of Bruins there at the kick. It still takes a Beaumont United Timberwolf bounce. And Westbrook Bruins, I see a flag on the play. We have some laundry on the field.
Looks like one of the Timberwolves put his hands on the Bruins player. You can't be doing that. You got to be disciplined. You know, tensions are building. There's this big old rivalry in our bowl here. We still want to be disciplined.
Let's see what the call is. You know, I'm actually surprised when I look out over the field. I'm surprised that we don't have a white cap official. You know, our white cap official, which is usually our referee, they usually wear a white cap. And there's our official doesn't have one, but penalty was declined.
Maybe I was wrong there. I saw a little bit of a scuffle at the end of the play. I don't know if anybody else caught that. Potentially, I was.
Well, now you know this is like you say, tensions and things will run high, and you know the players or what have you will start.
But so far, a pretty clean game here. Nothing gone too wrong as the quarterback draw number 14.
Nothing there again. Nothing there again for the Bruins. Play back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 10.
Something that's beat these teams defensively a lot of the times is motion of the offense. And in the first half, you saw Westbrook having a lot of motion. This motion across the line of scrimmage has died down a little bit. I would like to see, you know, as they go for it right there, motioning 85, James Moore across the field, and another QB draw there, breaks a tackle and almost gets past another, but it's brought down in a tandem by 45 and 53. Jeremiah Stephen Coleman and Zacchaeus. I butchered that name. I'm sorry.
Zacchaeus? Probably.
Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Ah.
Not too good with reading down names.
Tell you what, man, that stop right there, he was not able to even get around the edge on that play there. To bring up a 3rd down and 9. 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the game. Here we go. Rolling out the pocket.
And it's picked off by
Gilbert Anderson.
And he gets the pick 6. Out of all things, quarterback Gilbert Anderson scoring a defensive touchdown. When do you see that?
Man.
And if you are a Bruins fan, might be a little bit disappointed to see that.
Very much so. When he threw that ball, it looked like, you got to consider something. Gilbert Anderson's a quarterback. He's probably really great at reading another quarterback's eyes.
Absolutely. That's and like a lot of people like to. That's just great awareness there. Like you said, they know how to read the eyes of the quarterback, especially coming from another quarterback. You might try to see where he's going with the ball, and
exactly what it looked like he did right there, and he just stayed home enough. And
Gilbert's out there holding the snap too. He's playing special teams as well.
Oh wow, he's the holder. He's the quarterback. He's the safety that just got the pick 6. Man. And we see that kick right there was botched.
He's getting returned. He gets knocked out of bounds. That's something you don't see very often. Is the linemen, defensive linemen, they don't run the ball very often. So I bet he was happy to get that opportunity. 7 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. Ball is going to be in the hands of the Westbrook Bruins. Certainly, you have to make a play here. Score is 16-0.
16-0. Now, I bet you none of the predictions was that score.
No, not. I don't think anybody predicted a shutout. I think, from what I heard, a lot of people had it, being they threw out some unbelievable scores. They were saying 50-0, or whether it be Westbrook winning 50-0 or Beaumont United winning 50-0, and I think they were all wrong.
Yeah, I think so too. This what we've been noticing is the offenses have really not been able to really get on a rhythm. But wow, that was a very timely pick 6 for the quarterback from Beaumont United. And now we see him lined up to kick off to the Westbrook Bruins with 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the game. Beaumont United 16, Westbrook 0 here at Memorial Stadium for the Alumni Bowl 2023 in Beaumont, Texas. Kick is up, short pooch kick to the middle. Is going to be returned here.
Spin move. Nice spin move. That's 85 James Moore.
Yes, sir. And we see a late flag. A couple of late flags. Looks like there might have been a small scuffle there on the field.
Actually, we had the tailgate, and they had all the food out there, the food trucks, and James Moore's parents told me to give them a shout out. There, they were giving out hot dogs to our BISD TV members. So thank you to everybody who came out with the tailgate, and special thanks to James Moore's parents.
Hey man, that's great. What we all look at is, these kids are out there playing, but then the parents are still giving back also too. It's a great thing to hear. Period. That we're really the parents are still giving back while the kids are playing and on the field. It's a great representation of family right there, because football is a family game. If you have a kid playing, there's always something that you could be doing to help the program out.
And even inside of the roster, everybody feels like a family. That's something they grow together, they work out together, they win together, and they lose together.
Yes, most definitely. And you think about it, as parents, we win together, we lose together because, our kids feel it, and, we all deal with it at home. Handoff here to Juju, trying to, and we see flags fly.
And the fight has broken out on the field.
No, we see them trying to contain. We got the coaches there pulling everybody off, getting everybody away. Great job of the coaches to handle that and contain, the situations to keep their kids from having issues, period. And the one thing you do is, as coaches, you don't want to see anyone, fight and do those kind of things because, it's a football game.
Absolutely.
That's the one thing we want to leave it all out on the field with 6 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here in the game. Jalen Jones, and we hate to see players walk to the locker room when the game is not over, especially when they're that big of an asset to the team. But tell you what,
they did make a quarterback change. They brought Tam back in and split Josh Wilson outside.
Back at receiver.
Yes.
Let's see. First down and 10 for the Bruins with 6 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this game. Beaumont United up 16 and Westbrook 0. Yeah, Chandler, we got your comment. I smell a W, The longer this clock ticks and the Bruins don't answer, that's actually consensus that is being said. But we never know till the game hits all zeros. But you're right. If it's going the way it's going now, it's like he said, I smell a win.
Westbrook has that streak going where they've won. And tonight it hasn't been going so well, and like we say, anything could happen. Either one could come out with a W here. We're getting into it.
Yeah, most definitely. Emotions are starting to run real high. Let's see how the officials see how our umpire what they call on the skirmish itself. The officials still conferring.
And they move the ball up. What's that? It looks like
is that
20 plus yards?
Let's see. Ball was on the 41. 15-yard penalty. Personal foul on the Beaumont United Timberwolves. That'll move the Bruins up 15 yards, make it a first down and 10 for the Bruins on the United 42-yard line.
Getting a touchdown on this drive would absolutely bring back some life into this team. You would kind of need. You need to score a touchdown here. If you don't score a touchdown, Beaumont United's just going to run the clock out as he drops back to his right and throws.
Great route right there by Juju. Number 3, Jalen Dartez. And we see another flag, late flag, come out here. Let's see what this flag is. We have another late flag by the referee. Let's see what this call is.
On one side, you have Ashton Henry, and on the other side, you have Juju.
Yeah, no kidding.
They both have been making plays in this game. Ashton scored a touchdown earlier in this game, and team on the defensive side of the ball. But Juju's had some plays too there, breaking outside, catching that ball there. And the penalty is on.
Looks like another 15-yard penalty against the Beaumont United Timberwolves. Moves the Bruins up to the 16-yard line. Bring up a first down and 10 for the Bruins. 2 back-to-back 15-yard penalties for the Beaumont United Timberwolves. Move the ball up 30 yards so far for the Bruins.
And a fumble, and he barely dives on top of that ball. It seems like he was running the read option there. And
looks like that RPO, read pass option. And what happened was he was trying to pull it out of there, and it just looked like it got stuck. And then when it did come out of there, it just fell to the ground. It was great that it was great awareness to get on it. And hey, here's a score update for Atascocita and North Shore. North Shore 47, Atascocita 28.
North Shore, as always, getting the job done up by a good chunk. We've seen them here. We've seen them here last year, and they're a good team as they throw the screen to Juju, and he almost gets past, and he fumbles, and it gets punched out of bounds by the Timberwolves. So the ball will stay in possession of Westbrook.
Wow, that could have been bad. That was a great catch and run by Juju, but then that fumble right there, if it hadn't been punched out of bounds, you had 2 United defenders right there that probably would have scooped it up. So that is a blessing right there for the Bruins. Brings up a 2nd down and 1 with 5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. Crazy enough, the game is still not out of reach.
Absolutely not. I mean, if you look at it, it's only a 2-score game here.
Right.
With 16, you can go down to score a touchdown in 2-point conversion, and then you can get the onside kick, and you can
do it again.
As they do a little bit of weird motion there, as he breaks a tackle, he gets stopped after what are gained. Good job to do that.
And right there, that could have been a touchdown. You see number 3, you see Juju, when he was coming back, the player that actually got to town was the player Juju would have blocked, but he slipped before he ended up getting to it, and that only allowed the quarterback to pick up 1 yard. If not, if he had that block right there, that probably would have been 6 points.
Up and on the play before the screen pass to Juju, they could have had that touchdown, but he got stopped and fumbled, and they've had some chances so far, but as they hand it off inside,
number 29
does he get
fumbled again? The ball is fumbled again by the Bruins. And let's see if they were able to get back down on it. And it looks like they were able to get back down on it. Man, that's a scary situation right there on the fumbles. And we see they hurry up and get on the ball.
2nd and goal. He throws it a pass. And he's tackled just short at the 2-yard line. That pass to James Moore.
That was a quick pass right there. He had to get it out of there.
Barely over the defender there. Good awareness there from Tam there.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line.
Coach is trying to call a timeout. And, the referee there doesn't see him, so they burn an extra 3 seconds. If you're a Westbrook fan, you're certainly mad at those referees. No shame to our referees there, but you gotta see that. He's trying to call a timeout.
Yeah, no kidding. When you're down like this and you have your timeouts, well, you're trying to call a timeout. Those 3 seconds mean a lot.
They absolutely do. I'm not too sure exactly, but it was earlier on in the season. Our game clock was still trying to get there, and Beaumont United actually partially lost the game due to some of that time.
Yeah, that's true. Early in the season, there was a game where losing that time means a lot. And, right here, if the Bruins score and able to get the ball back, who knows? Those, precious seconds could mean a lot at the end.
3rd and goal coming up.
On the 2-yard line for the Bruins. 16, Beaumont United Timberwolves, Westbrook Bruins 0. It is a full moon. The Wolves usually come out for the full moon. That might be the score here. And why the score looks like it does here, because the Wolves came out and howled tonight. They're looking at me over here going, please don't howl. So I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to howl.
Not yet. Not yet.
They're giving me the face over here like, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, I think I do a pretty good howl, when I howl. I think it's,
Hey. Well, that be you. All right. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but on them daily announcements, almost every single morning, Dr. Johnson, our principal, comes on there and he goes, he does his howl almost every morning.
So see, my howl can't be that bad,
As it's a direct snap to Juju, and he gets into the end zone for the Westbrook Bruins' first touchdown of the game.
And just like that, folks, like we said, it's not over, and it's they're still able to strike. You see Coach trying to keep them up there because, hey, you got to get a 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, then that's the important part. If you don't get that, it's a 2-score game, and then you got to find a way to get that ball back.
Right, you got to fight the clock and everything else. But if you can get it here, you can really
have a chance.
Put some fear into the United Timberwolves into having to make sure that they execute. Because if they give you the ball back, then there's a point to where you could still strike and score again. Plus, not to mention, like you said, hey, if they come out and get an onside kick, that could be what has to do. But first, the 2-point conversion, handoff, and they're trying to bring him down. Couldn't bring him down, and now there was nowhere.
The same formation, just
nowhere for him to go at all. Beaumont United Timberwolves, they just stuffed him. And just like that, the score now, with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game, is Beaumont United 16, Westbrook Bruins 6.
And you saw in that touchdown play, they had two backs in the backfield there, and they had a direct snap to Juju, and he was lined off to the center, to the right of the center there, and they had the direct snap, a little bit of trickery coming in there, and then they run the same formation on that 2-point conversion and have a handoff, and unfortunately they didn't get it there.
Yeah, Beaumont United was waiting on that right there. They were looking for it, and man, I tell you what, now the back did everything he could to try and get through there, but there was nowhere else he could go. He fought off a couple of tackles, and then there was just nowhere else for him to go. Now, what we see and what we saw was, man, it's like the blocking broke down on that play right there, not allowing him to have anywhere, especially not up the middle to go, and it was just bad. So with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining, 16 Beaumont United, Westbrook Bruins 6. Onside kick lands into the hands of who? Ashton. And Beaumont United will take over on the 42-yard line with, again, 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining.
Coming out here early, you get here early for the games. You see some of the players out here practicing, and you see a lot of the times the kicker and the punter, they'll be practicing a lot. And that's something that, Westbrook was practicing, and they didn't get it there. And hopefully, you still have one timeout on the Westbrook side. They have a chance to get the ball back and go down there and score a touchdown. But if you do go down there and score a touchdown, you have to get the ball back again on another onside kick try.
And see, that's what, you're going to have to get that touchdown and then try and get that ball back on another onside kick try so you can get it. Try and do that without the clock running out on you. And, of course, we see Gilbert pick up of about 6 yards on the play right there. And, of course, as you can see, staying in bounds and making sure the clock continues to run. And as you can know right now, Beaumont United is going to milk the clock as much as possible. What's I'm pretty sure the game plan is, hey, let's just keep this ball running, keep getting positive yardage, and keep that clock running because Westbrook only has one timeout remaining.
Yep. I mean, like you said, you know, Beaumont United is going to do everything in their power to keep this ball on the ground. And like you saw in the last play, direct snap to Gilbert there, as I think the
play
timeout
clock ran out, and you had a timeout. Beaumont United. They used all 30 seconds right there on that play to get it there. So it just shows that keep getting positive plays like that, and keep being able to keep that ball on the ground. And Beaumont United will end this game if nothing happens, no fumbles or what have you, if they're able to still keep getting positive yardage like that on the play. It's been a tough season for the Bruins this year. Been a tough season for the United Timberwolves this year, but you know, this game for all of the students, especially the seniors, I know it really, really means a lot for both schools because, like you say, you at least want to have the bragging rights in your city.
Absolutely. Even if it is just for the rest of the school year.
Right. Well, you have bragging rights until the next time y'all play again. And, you know, the basketball season is starting to gear up also. So, you know, the teams and scrimmages and things for basketball have started as we see Timothy Morris Jr. coming off the edge, going out of bounds. I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what Coach wanted.
I heard somebody say basketball season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we forget.
You don't say Marco. Basketball without a basketball coach.
Yeah, Marco, you know, that's some stuff right there, Marco.
What are your thoughts going on the basketball season?
I think this year is going to be interesting for both schools, I think.
Do you see Beaumont United going back like they have in the past?
It's definitely going to be tougher. They went 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. 1, 2 out of the 3. It's going to be tougher. The district has gotten harder. A lot of people are revamping. A lot of people are getting older. Like Humble Kingwood, you know, there was a little bit of a younger team last year. But now they're getting more playing time together. They're getting older. So, of course, you know, the more you play a person, the more you learn about a team and the more you can pick them apart. So it's going to be – I think the district's going to be a little bit tougher. But I do think the games will be competitive on both sides, whether you're going for Beaumont United or you're going for Westbrook. So I am looking forward to that. The girls start literally tomorrow, the scrimmages. So Westbrook scrimmages at home, BU scrimmages at home. So if you ain't got nothing to do tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock at Westbrook, and I believe the same at Beaumont United, that's a good tackle. Go out and support the girls, man. I heard that the Westbrook scrimmage is going to have some really good concession food. I've been seeing it all over Facebook. So if you're in the food and you're in the girls basketball, that's the perfect place to be. I did talk to some of the players. We do have one key person that's out. She's in the protocol right now. So, but I think it's gonna be a great year, man. It should be a great year for both the boys and the girls of both schools, man. I'm expecting great things. But just know our district is not. It's kind of like the same with football. Our district is not a district that you're just gonna beat with ease. You know, you're gonna have to go out. You're gonna have to bring your A game every night, because any given night, you know, there is no team in our district that's a guaranteed win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, you do have to go out there and you do have to give your A game every night. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be extremely long, but it's gonna be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be long, Marco.
Well, I know it's a lot of people looking forward to that basketball season. And, you know, like they said, I see a comment in and says, hey, do you think that BU will make the playoffs this year in basketball?
Absolutely. Because that team, here's the thing, Marco. Like in the NBA, let's say, for example, I got a young team, right, and I bring in this player that has has been to a lot of championships. And, you know, just by having somebody with that championship pedigree, you never count that team out. And so I'm going to use, for example, Clarence Paye, Kay Dotson. those guys have been to a state championship every year they've been in high school. Every year.
Don't forget Javaris Phoenix.
I don't think he was on varsity.
Really?
I don't think he was on varsity.
Okay.
I don't think he was on varsity his freshman year for sure. He might have been last year. I'm not sure. But I know for sure those two. They've been. Oh, I'm sorry. There's more. Daniel Williams. Let me see who else. I know I'm missing somebody. But they've been to the state championship every year. And whether he got to that line, but he missed tackle. But so whether you agree with it or not, but having somebody that knows how to win, having players that know how to win, you never count them out. So do I think they'll make the playoffs? Absolutely. I think that battle for fourth place is going to be tough. I don't know who's going to get it. Because like I say, we are in a tough district, but I believe now you ask me, do I think BU will make it to the state championship? I don't know. But make the playoffs, I would never count them out because they've been,
what is BU's ranking in the state this year?
They came in at number 10, I believe.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they came in at number. No, Stacy Ashton as well. Ashton wasn't. Ashton, if you're talking about, which one are you talking about? You talking about Ashton from East Chambers? He transferred in. I think this is his second year. It's his second year.
Number 5?
No, not Ashton Henry. Not Ashton Henry. What is my boy last name? Well, he transferred in from East Chambers, but and he's only a junior. So this is his second year at BU. Let me see who else. Let me see. Either team. I wish.
As we see here, BU setting up to punt on 4th and 7 with 1:24 remaining in the game.
Oh man, what are they punting? Okay, I was gonna say, what's going on?
A return.
Oh,
It gets
nowhere.
stopped after a little gain on that.
Michael Fiacher had nowhere to go. There was 4 BU players right in their lanes, just coming straight at him, trying to get outside to hit the corner and.
Weston Davis. Oh yeah, Henry. He has been to
see.
state. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Correction. You're right. He has. But he's a freshman last year. Stacy. Ashton has been to state. He went with him last year. Weston Davis. I think that's Beaumont United's secret weapon, man. That kid, man. Of course he's a football player. He just flipped his interception.
By Ashton Henry. Breaks the spins out of the tackle.
Hey, look, we were just talking about him, and look what he did.
Does he? No, he gets tackled down at the 15.
Oh man, look! Oh no!
Penalties, flags thrown.
Penalty flags fly
You
after.
You okay there, Coach
pick.
Johnson?
Man, did you
twisted.
see that? Yeah, I didn't know what to say right there, folks. Wow.
I stand corrected. They say Beaumont United basketball is the preseason ranked number 4 in 6A.
Ranked 4th in
Yeah.
6A. Okay.
Yeah, but I think of course Weston. Congratulations to Weston. He committed to Texas A&M, but he just flipped it to LSU. So he just flipped it last night to LSU. So shout out to him. But he's an awesome basketball player, man. That kid Marco, he's huge. And somebody his size shouldn't be able to get up and down the court the way that he does.
Yeah.
And then when he gets down there, he has soft touch at the rim. He has good footwork. And I tell people all the time, like, football helps you in basketball.
It does.
Basketball helps you in football.
It does.
So I would never, me as a parent, unless I just have a LeBron James. Now, hey, we know basketball is going to be a calling. But guess what? LeBron James played football in high school. So Allen Iverson, one of the greatest point guards ever, shooting guard, whatever you want to call him, he literally, Marco, I watched the documentary on Allen Iverson. He literally ran a touchdown back for state championship in high school. That same year hit a buzzer beater in basketball for a championship. So he was the man on campus.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, man, make your kids play multiple sports, man, because they help each other.
Oh yeah, most definitely. When your kids play multiple sports, you keep number one, you keep the training going, and two, the footwork from football and the footwork training from football helps you with footwork with basketball.
Right.
And it also, football helps you learn how to take a lick. Because in basketball, man, those 6'8", you have some kids in 6'8" basketball that's 6'10", 6'9", and man, these cats here are coming through, and you have to be able to set a pick on these guys. You got to be able to give a lick and be able to take a lick. We see they're trying to sort everything out here with 1 minute and 1 second remaining here in the game. Beaumont United 16, Westbrook 6.
Yeah, Marco. I will say, Marco, all things must come to an end, Marco, and it looks like this 5-game winning streak that Westbrook had, unless BU just decide to go out here and just turn the ball over, it looks like they're going to go home with the first dub in the Alumni Bowl
looks like
series.
The trophy will go to BU.
The trophy will reside at 3443 Fournette for the first time ever, Marco.
And that is crazy. The whole time I was at Westbrook, I never knew that address until I was a teacher. And yet, all the Ozan students, they know that address.
Hey, that's an historic address, especially in basketball.
That's going to end up happening. That's going to be the next historic landmark in Beaumont, like Central.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it, with the going to state championship 3 times in a row. Looks like what they decided to do was just kneel the ball and let the clock run completely out, just run the game out, rather than have anything else to happen. So as we can see here, we will end the game tonight. Beaumont United 16, Westbrook Bruins 6.
And Marco, just so people know, hang around. They have a trophy presentation. You have Dr. Allen going to go out. You have Chantel Davis, who was in the communication, who was at BU last year and the years prior. They're going to take the field here in a little bit, and then they're going to present. Again, they're going to present Beaumont United with the Alumni Bowl trophy. It's a big old thing too, Marco. So again, stick with us. We finna get set up on the field here in a little bit. Again, Marco, man, we had good numbers tonight, man. We had good engagement, people commenting and stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate you guys. And again, Marco, I'm gonna let you end it, but congrats to Beaumont United. And shout out to Kristen, man. Kristen,
we really got to give Christian a big shout out, man. Christian, y'all used to hearing Christian in the third quarter, but Christian was through the whole game tonight, and man, great job, man. I can tell you what, it is great to have you here.
Thank you. Coming in, I was told not to be biased, and y'all said y'all weren't gonna be biased either, but coming into the booth,
you could be as biased as you want right now. The game over. Game over, Christian.
But I will say I did have Beaumont United coming out as the victor. And everybody at Westbrook has something to say, and everybody at Beaumont United has something to say to Westbrook. But this is the end all be all. So for the next year, y'all at Westbrook can't say nothing.
Y'all
can't say nothing.
Hey, whether you old school and you still want to call it the Beaumont Bowl, or you new school and you want to call it the Alumni Bowl, as of right now, 34-43, Beaumont United owns football in Beaumont.
And you can see them hoist the trophy up right now, going to Beaumont United. That's a really, really big time for those kids, going all the way back to Central and Ozan. And, this trophy moving over to the other side of town is really, really big for the maroon and gold. Really, really big for them tonight. And, we want to hats off to the Beaumont United Timberwolves, as we see Dr. Shannon Allen doing the presentation here for the Memorial Alumni Bowl trophy.
And also, Dr. Johnson, we have to have a howl on Monday.
Oh my gosh.
When you do the announcements, hey, personally, a lot of our students don't really they kind of make fun of you for it, but we have to have a howl on Monday. It has to be there. We have to have some sort of pride for winning this game.
And an update on the score here, folks. Score update. We have North Shore 58, Atascocita 28. So it looks like North Shore we're winning that game and will be the district champions. And we see as they coach and the players, Gilbert holding the trophy high. That's a pretty big trophy. Look at that trophy compared to the players.
Yeah, that's all our students getting hype, or all our players getting hype out there. Congrats to them. But also, thanks to the Westbrook Bruins for coming out here and taking the lot. Let me rephrase that. Thank you to everybody who came out here and participated in this wonderful game. Unfortunately, it wasn't as high scoring as some of y'all would have liked, and some of y'all predicted. But again, thanks to all our students, faculty, and staff for handling this event, and thank you for the fans who are watching us on live and who are in the building today.
And I tell you what, with that being said, what we will look at doing is signing off for Memorial Stadium here in Beaumont, Texas. Beaumont United 16, Westbrook Bruins 6. Beaumont United is the new Alumni Bowl champion for the 2023 school year. So now, for my co-host,
I'm Christian Cox
and Marco Johnson, we want to say good night, Beaumont, or wherever you are.
They finna so they're about to number one, the coach finna get soaked. I don't know if you see Weston got that Gatorade bottle back there at the top of your screen. And number two, at the end they're gonna all line up at the end, cause this is Westbrook last home game, so they're gonna all line up at the end, and then it's a tradition they do where they run out on the field and they run the whole court. Oh, here they go. Oh, he's seen him.
You can't let
him. Come on, man. Get him.
Throw it on him anyways.
I want to see it.
They got to hold him.
You got to see what color Gatorade they have.
They're going to have to hold him.
They're about to get him. They're about to get him. They got him. Hey, and they threw the whole bucket on him. That dude probably got a concussion right now. That coach is in a concussion protocol. I'm going to watch his steps, man. I got to see if he's a little woozy.
Boy, they put the...
Who is that? Who is that?
I'm not sure if that was a howl or somebody.
I don't know. But again, man, it just goes to show you, man. This, like, people think that this game means nothing to these kids, man. It shows you, man. It does mean something, man, and it
a lot.
Absolutely.
These kids here, a lot of them, having the opportunity to come out and play in this game.
Yo.
This is something that they'll always remember forever.
Coach Lamb is not seen.
Bro, our comment section is the funniest on earth, man. Y'all know what I meant. They was finna dump water on him, man. Y'all know what I meant, man. He said, hey, yo. Bro, our comment section is the best, man. I promise, man. There's no better comment section. Man, we definitely appreciate you guys for rocking it out with us, man. And again, congrats to Beaumont United, bringing the trophy home for the first time ever. And salute to Westbrook. Man, hey, it's just one of those years, man. You got to rebuild, man. And and I don't want to go on the long speech again, but hey, it's just one of those things, man. And you gotta. It's all right. It's all right. Down years happen, and you just rebuild and you go. You know what I mean, Marco?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, we just take the time. These kids just being out there on the field is a blessing, number one. Having the opportunity to be there and having the opportunity to play. You know, it's the greatest thing in the world just to see these two teams be able to take the field. So, you know, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose.
Unfortunately.
And in the end, we understand that is a part of life. Knowing how to lose is also a part of life.
Yeah.
Knowing how to
that's
win
the,
is a
that's
part
the
of life.
man. That's the major thing right there, Marco. If I could leave y'all with anything, man, it's cliche. I know it's super cliche, but it's not losses, they're lessons. And if you look at it that way, how can I learn from this loss? If I could take something away from this loss and apply something, whether that's in life, whether that's at a game, whether it's a video game. How did Marco beat me in Madden? Oh, he ran all four verticals. So guess what? I gotta learn how to stop 4 vertical. And that's no matter what life. So I'll leave y'all with that. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. You learn from it, and you build on it. Marco, man, I'm gonna leave. No, I'm gonna leave it to Kristen, Marco. I'm gonna let Kristen sign us off. Kristen.
For Marco Johnson.
I'm Josh Lamb.
And I'm Christian Cox. Thank you for joining us at Beaumont Memorial Stadium. And wherever you are, good night.
Good night, Beaumont.